somehow Air-Deraan returned.
That's right, after anonymizing our drive signature with NordVPN, we are back.
And we are not sponsored by anything other than our own freaking love for Star Wars.
Oh, you heard it here first.
We officially love Star Wars.
Officially.
Officially. He is Freddy.
And he is Voiter.
And together we are on Air-Deraan. We friggin' love Star Wars. And we are freaking reviewing and recapping all of the new stuff, like Bad Batch Episode 4 Cornered.
Yeah, one could say, if you're listening to this, we're cornering you with our opinions.
Ooh, very cool. And if you see the episode descripting, this is a bad batch of episodes because it's bad batch content.
Yes. Talking about Bad Batch, which is not bad, but this content about Bad Batch is bad.
Only slightly, but still fun.
Yeah.
We are like the Room of podcasts.
Oh, God.
Oh, we're more like the Neil Breen of podcasters.
Who's Neil Breen? Sounds like a fish. That was a terrible joke.
He made like Fateful Findings and stuff like that. He's kind of, imagine Tommy Wiseau, but he's even less self-aware and made more than one classically terrible movie.
Huh. I'm surprised Tommy Wiseau hasn't made more than one.
Well, he has, but he became self-aware and tried to make intentionally bad movies. Which meant that they were just not...
Which just meant they were bad.
Yeah. Whereas Neil Breen has no idea that he's terrible, so everything he makes is as brilliant as the movie before.
Is that our podcast? Message us down below.
Yeah, tell us who we embody of the film world. Please don't say that it's Harvey Weinstein. If you do, I will ban you forever.
Yes. But unlike that, we are talking about a different property produced by someone other than a sex offender.
Human being, yeah. In fact, we're talking about something produced maybe by Kathleen Kennedy, which makes it good.
Yeah, hear that, haters. But this episode, Cornered, we are going to be covering this in our classic four-part structure.
Yeah, I think.
Look, I don't fucking care if it's not 4 parts. We're covering this in our classic 4-part structure, starting with
Grand Admiral Thoughts.
Yes.
Where we go through our non-spoilery thoughts on this episode, in case you haven't watched it yet and want to listen to a little bit of this and then come back.
Yeah, you crack open some on Air-Deraan and then like listening to it and you're like, I think I'm going to watch Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because obviously people who've never seen Star Wars would watch this podcast. I see no way how someone would get deterred by the titles, the name of the podcast, the thumbnails, the description. There's no way. This is truly bringing people from outside the fandom into Star Wars.
Yeah, we are definitely not unintentionally gatekeeping our audience at all.
Parry tried to watch some of our podcast, like the first couple episodes, and she was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I don't even understand any sentence. I was like, oh God.
Maybe we should go home and rethink our podcast.
Or maybe we should. But instead of that, we're going to be talking about these episodes.
Yes, and after our Grand Admiral thoughts and non-spoilerific things,
we're going to then talk about the spoilers.
Basically spoilers only, because we're getting into the crochet granite.
Yeah, I thought you were miming a gun. Like, we're gonna...
I don't even know what this is. It's like I'm landing a shuttle on my palm.
One could say you're landing... I can't remember the name. It would have been cool if I knew the name of the Bad Batch's shuttle.
It's like it's a modified Omicron Lambda shuttle or something like that.
Oh my God, what a fucking nerd. It's got a really...
You know the numbers of the clone legions. You have nothing.
Look.
You have nothing.
I don't even know how many parts of our structure we have. But so, Crochet Granite, we're talking about we're spoiling the entire plot because we're going to be doing a quick rundown of the plot from start to finish.
It's almost never quick.
It should
was
be
last episode.
Technically should be quick. But it never is.
Yeah, this is the only time that we are supposed to feel bad about tangents.
Yeah, we should go home. Wait.
We've already done that.
No, yeah, I was going to say that was bad and you should feel bad, but then I said it wrong. Yeah, that's my favourite Obi-Wan quote with Sleaze Begano. It's like, do you want to buy some death stick? It's like, that was bad and you should feel bad, Sleaze Begano.
You're looking for a Star Wars quote? Why not Zoidberg? Freaking hell. Anyway, after Crochet Granite...
It is Nitty Gritty.
Which we've been talking about Crochet Granite for like 5 minutes, and only now you have an explanation of why it's called that way.
Oh, Crochet Granite is called Crochet Granite because of the opposite Nitty Gritty, because in Nitty Gritty we're going into, like...
the minutiae of the episode?
Yeah, it's like, oh my god, did you notice frame 365 in shot 12? When you can see there's a rendering issue on the 5th pouch on Tech's belt.
It's not quite that.
It's not quite like that.
But it's basically that.
Oof.
Yeah, we go through everything that we've noticed, everything that we didn't notice and someone else did, everything that we've had for lunch.
Nothing.
Same. So that saves us a lot of time.
Whoa, we've cut that conversation right out.
Yeah, we won't. I cut nothing out.
Oh, God.
And wherever those conversations take us.
Yeah.
However,
mostly tangents.
Mostly tangents. Whether they're educational...
No. Unless they're for Star Wars education.
Well, we talk about freaking World War II a lot.
That's true, yeah.
That's education.
Yeah.
But usually they're cursed. Like freaking Shaktis and Togruta had things in particular.
Yeah, that's...
in general.
That's NSFW. Not safe for Star Wars.
Yes, W stands for Star Wars.
Yes. NSFW.
SW.
I said it wrong.
Yes. That is our third segment, and what is our fourth, Freddy?
Our fourth segment, one could even say it's our final segment, and I do know how to count.
And one could say that it's our 3 segments.
Oh yeah. And that is Light Side, Dark Side, and the one in the middle, the Bendu.
Where we highlight a great thing about this episode.
A bad thing about this episode.
And a random thing about this episode. Something that's neither good or bad, but is notable nonetheless.
It's just there.
It just works.
And I noticed that when we were saying one in the middle of the bender, you were looking around for something to hit your head with.
I was.
So, in a homage to Monty Python.
Yeah, to Monty Python's Holy Grail. Because for some reason in the past few episodes we've been singing the name of that segment as the chant.
It's like EAS2.EA.OSP, or whatever. It's an actual medieval Christian chant.
Yeah, something in Latin, I don't care.
Yeah. Fuck Latin. All my homies hate Latin.
This post was made by the Esperanto gang.
Oh my god. Yes, Rimmer speaking Esperanto. Charmita!
We should just switch to a Red Dwarf podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That would be much less confusing.
Red Dwarf lore deep dive. But regardless of everything that we've just said, that we will not specify what we talked about, so you don't have to put it in the correct chronological order. What did you think about this episode, Cornered?
Yes, let's actually do Grand Admiral thoughts this time.
Let's actually do the episode.
Yeah. I thought...
What Grand Admiral thought? It's just the title.
But in past tense. I thought, and it's a verb instead of a noun. I thought that this episode is starting to worry me a little bit.
What?
Because while it was well made, it was good, it was zoomy, it felt a little less substantial than all the other ones. It felt like basically all that happened could have been like squeezed neatly into like the first 5 minutes of a more substantial episode, or like be like a part of the second act of a film, maybe.
I suppose, but I don't know. I quite liked it a lot because I thought it established because we're still in the start of the show when they're having to establish the main things. So you got to see how certain characters have certain attributes. There's certain characters getting introduced into the play. Like, what's the actual plot of the show? Because at the moment,
Yeah, it was a little bit it was spinning its wheels a little bit.
But no, I think it was good though. I liked everything that was in it. I disagree that it was without substance. I think a lot of the themes from the previous episodes have remained. Is it because they didn't cut away like last episode to somewhere else?
That would have been one way to make it a bit more thingy-like. But I just felt it was an action-heavy episode, is the thing.
Yeah.
And basically the purpose of all that action was established at the end of the episode. Technically, at least for the main people.
I suppose.
It just kind of felt like this should have happened sooner and a little quicker.
Yeah. But I think they couldn't because they had to establish the last episode had to come then thematic.
Yeah, all of this was basically the outcome of last episode, but
much like how the last episode was the outcome of the previous episode.
Yes, but more things happened last episode, and
I disagree with the Bad Batch's perspective. Less things happen. More things happen this episode for the Bad Batch.
Yes, but Bad Batch was also doing a bunch of nothing last episode, which is my problem.
Yeah.
These two episodes from Bad Batch's perspective kind of had the vibe of Mandalorian episodes between the bigger things.
Oh, are you going to use the F word?
I'm not going to say the F word because of reasons. Because there were no Force ghosts.
Yeah.
And Omega isn't F word sensitive.
Yes.
That sounds so bad. But it felt... I think last episode I said that it had passenger vibes.
Yeah.
This one reminded me more of The Siege.
Oh, but I love The Siege!
I also like The Siege. And
I know what you mean.
It definitely wasn't filler. But it was a detour between...
A star detour.
It was very much a star detour between important seeming things. That did set things up and moved things a little forward.
Yeah. But
could have done it in a much more succinct manner.
Yeah, but unlike with Mandalorian, it doesn't matter too much about succinctness because there's way more episodes in Bad Batch than there are in Mandalorian.
And that is true, but I would still hope that it's not as decompressed as this seems to be.
I would prefer a show that gives itself time to breathe, though. Because I don't think this episode lacked things going on. I just think it didn't quickly do them all. It didn't jump around and get everything done as quickly as possible. It did it in a way that I thought for a TV show it was fine. It's a different show to Clone Wars. It's more like Rebels in terms of its structure rather than Clone Wars. And I mean, there's a bazillion episodes like this in Rebels, and I think they're still good.
I would say that there's a very similar, as I mentioned with the episodes that I mentioned, it has a very similar structure to Mandalorian, with big meaty episodes interspersed by less directly impactful episodes, sometimes both of which being in the same episode as it was last week.
Do you think that would be quote-unquote fixed if Bad Batch was released
2 episodes at a time?
2 episodes a week, yeah. Tuesday and Friday.
I thought you meant 2 episodes on the same day.
No, I think that would be too much, personally.
They wouldn't have to be full length.
I think having... if it was released on Tuesday and Friday, I think it would quell the idea that not much happens, or that they're taking too much time to get to things.
It's possible.
Because that means they would have done this by last week.
Like, if you remember WandaVision, which you should, because it only happened, a few months ago.
Oh my god, it happened months ago.
Yeah, there was a whole another show in between WandaVision and now.
Yeah. A show I liked.
Same. How in the first episode they released 2 at the same time.
They had to, yeah.
They kind of had to, because in the first one nothing really happens. It sets up the vibe, but not really the plot at all.
Yeah, that's why you needed the second episode. Yeah. Because the second episode tells you, look guys, it doesn't explicitly tell you, but it subtly tells you, look guys, the whole show isn't going to be the first episode. It isn't actually just a sitcom.
Yeah. I feel like if they were releasing an action episode and a plot episode with completely separate plots and maybe even locations, but in the same 20-minute chunk, that would sate both things. I feel it would have both breathing room and progression. Might be a bad way to go about it.
Bad way.
Whoa! It would be unique, I feel.
Yeah. Well, how did Clone Wars do it? Clone Wars just released them whenever, didn't they?
What do you mean?
It didn't release them every week, I don't think.
Did it not?
I think it was there was less time in between it. I could be wrong.
It feels like you are.
Well, I usually am wrong.
Because you're a fake fan, as we established.
I am a fake fan.
And also a sexist.
No!
Because you haven't seen Wonder Woman 2 yet.
I have seen Wonder Woman 2, and I didn't like it.
And I haven't even seen Wonder Woman 1.
I liked the first half of Wonder Woman 1. Apart from the fact when glorifying killing people literally hours before the armistice. It's like, bruh, those people needed to die. But besides that,
I only watched the beginning.
Yeah.
Until the point that Trevor Noah? No, that's not his name.
Trevor Noah.
What's his name? Steve Trevor? Steve Trevor gets with Themyscira.
That's the start of the film.
Yeah.
There's a naked joke not long after. A dick joke.
Whoa.
It's like in Planet 51.
I do not...
It's a shit film, but in that film they see a naked astronaut, aliens see a naked astronaut, and they're like, that's a strange place for an antenna.
Similar things happens in One Piece when the main character lands by himself on on an island called Amazon Lily, which you can probably guess what kind of people inhabit that.
Sounds like a mixture of friggin' Gulliver's Travels and Amazon stuff.
Maybe a little bit, but basically he eats the wrong mushrooms and gets covered in them. And when the female inhabitants of the island try to get them off him, there's one that just doesn't want to come off.
God damn it.
And if you know One Piece, the protagonist is made of rubber, so they make a point
of... What? The protagonist is made of rubber?
Yeah.
What? I had a dream 10 years ago about a man made of rubber in a gangster movie setting.
Interesting.
It's called... I can't remember. But why is he made of rubber?
That's kind of the way that the power system works. He ate a devil fruit that gave him rubber powers. He's kind of like Mr. Fantastic, but kind of dumb.
Like Mr. Fantastic sometimes. When it comes to respecting women.
And you're thinking of Hank Pym.
No, Mr. Fantastic says, and you can be the Invisible Girl.
Did you know that she only became an Invisible Woman in the 80s after she's had 2 children?
That's so
A little bit. And also there is a fairly famous panel when he's like, oh yes, don't worry, there is nothing clouding my judgment at all. Except I just diagnosed myself with a mild case of autism, for which I'm currently inventing a cure.
Yeah, which is big yikes.
Bad on many levels.
I believe we discussed this in our last episode.
It's not unlikely.
So, but talking about episodes.
Yeah, let's talk about Bad Batch episode 4 Cornered.
Okay, so episode starts.
Oh, we're getting into Crochet Granite.
We may as well.
Spoilers from now on. If you want to give it a little bit more time,
Yeah.
put it down. Spoiler alert!
Whoa. So the episode starts when they're like, we need to land somewhere because we're running out of fuel, we're running out of food. So.
And we really need a good VPN because our IP is exposed to all hackers and Imperials.
Even though VPNs actually don't completely help you in that respect.
But don't tell people that because we need to sell more VPNs.
Yeah, Tom Scott said like when he got offered to make that VPN video, he was like, on the condition that I can actually tell people what VPNs do. And then when he made the video, the VPN just said, no, we don't want you to tell people. So like he was like talking about it and he had to redact the name of the VPN the entire time. He still published the video, which is like good on him. But they need to go to the nearest planet,
which is
Pantora,
with its architecture and domes that are shaped like tears, or more prosaically, onions.
Whoa.
As the book Dark Disciple puts it.
Whoa. It's got the blue people.
And goat halls.
Yeah, the bloody goat people are there too. They're
and
like,
human people.
Hey, stand up. I can't do it.
He just talks like a goat.
Yeah.
And they're there to get some
Jogan fruit.
I don't think I saw any Jogan fruit, and I was looking for it.
But that would have been like peak Rebels episode though, if like we need to get food and then they only get Jogan fruit. That would be like.
That would literally be.
That's probably every like sixth episode of Rebels.
It happens in the first season.
First season, yeah. They only ever get it once, and that whole episode is actually about.
Like ATSTs or something.
It's about the Imperials nationalizing farms that people sort of forget.
Yeah, it's not just about we need to get fruit because we are stealing things because our protagonist is Aladdin, basically.
Well, Aladdin and Zeb steal the TIE fighter that is integral to the finale.
You just call him Aladdin just then.
Yeah, I know. That's on purpose.
Oh, okay.
I know it's Ezra.
Ezra Aladdin.
Ezra Aladdin, yeah.
They should have just called him Aladdin.
No, that's not like lad.
Yeah. He's Aladdin and a good lad.
Bruh.
He's full of spunk.
No!
Where were we? Yeah.
They land
We are in the segment where we are supposed to feel bad for tangents.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Both of which are my fault.
Okay, so they land on Pantora and they're like, okay... we should probably
sell Echo to slavery.
Yeah, they do that. So Echo puts a disguise on because like he has like an actual clone face. He looks just like Tamara Morrison, just a bit pale. Whereas Hunter's got a massive face tattoo and is slightly different, and Wrecker is very different, and Tak is also very different. So it doesn't matter.
And also they stayed behind in the hangar.
Yeah. So Echo puts like clothes on. Is like. Check out these clothes, and it makes him look, I don't know,
like Tam Posla.
Yeah, he looks a bit like Tam Posla
from Rebels. No, from Dr. Aphra and
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
But because he's got like the
Scomplink arm.
Yeah, it made him look like a droid to one of the pawn shop owners or whatever. So
I think that was intentional.
Or to make him look like a droid.
Yeah.
Maybe. But either way, the Gran, that's the name of the species.
With the three eyes.
Yeah, first appeared in Return of the Jedi. I almost said Revenge of the Jedi again. He is like, what about your droid? I'll give you 2,000. And then Hunter's like, okay, Echo, I'm going to sell you the slavery. It's like, okay, fine. But I'm worth more than 2,000.
I'm worth 3 portions.
So Hunter tries to sell him for 4,000. The Gran says 3,000, and Hunter says, "Okay."
Fair enough.
It's like, rip.
It's weird that freaking he really wanted to buy Echo, but basically for the same price that like a single mine is worth, like a landmine.
Yeah, but it's a good thing that landmine didn't get sold. Because, oh my god, well, Omega was behind them the whole time playing with a toy clone trooper and then petting a space dog. The space dog took the toy clone trooper, so she naturally ran after it.
Yeah, without telling anyone, because she's a kid. That's what
she's
kids
a kid,
do.
yeah. And then she gets met by bloody...
a friend.
By a quote-unquote friend, bloody... somewhat... Omega is far too naive. And obviously this is a kid show, so this is actually a very good teaching point for kids. Because, oh my god, it's bloody Fennec Shand.
As voiced by her original actress, Ming-Na Wen.
Yeah. In my opinion, the face looks better than in the promotional image for the Fennec Shand in the Bad Batch style. But
Probably.
it still doesn't look like Ming-Na Wen.
Well, I mean, it's the Bad Batch style. No one looks like they are supposed to.
I know, but it still was a bit Dinjarin to me.
She seemed like she was in a bit of a different style than most people. She seemed like less blocky.
That's what I thought. It was more like... It felt weird how her face was more like rounded around the chin. When I thought like Fennec Shand and obviously Ming-Na Wen, she doesn't have a round face. Like, does she?
Not really.
So that's why I thought it was weird. Like, you barely see any Clone Wars characters with round faces.
Maybe by making her rounder, they try to make her look younger.
Maybe.
And also, I think she's like the first model made, like modeled after an actual actor or actress, made like recently.
What about Paul Bettany?
Well, more recently than Paul Bettany, because that model was made a few years ago.
Probably. Yeah, but it was still for the season 7, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, maybe. But as far as we know, that was all there was to him.
Yeah.
Whereas Fennec Shand, this probably shouldn't be in this segment, but Fennec Shand might come back and is like more prominent than Dryden Voss.
Maybe, potentially.
We'll
talk about that later. But bloody Fennec Shand.
So they just wanted to make it look more like her.
Yeah. Fennec Shand says, "Let's go find your friends," and proceeds to walk in the opposite direction as to where she came from.
But Hunter catches up with him anyways.
He's like, "Bruh, what are you doing?"
Yeah, and basically the rest of the episode is a bit of a tug of war between the clones and Fennec Shand over Omega.
I thought it was pretty cool.
It was pretty cool.
A lot of casual death, though.
I suppose many forced ghosts in this episode.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, Fennec really, she was pretty brutal in a kid-friendly way.
Apart from one of them, which I thought was very brutal, because can I just say, because she kills 3 people explicitly, minimum, yeah. So she goes onto a ship, kicks the guy off, and it's flying pretty high off the ground, so it's fucking dead. And then you hear like the Pantoran police. They're like, "No," and then Fennec Shand is like, "Fuck, let me get my gun." Just proceeds to shoot through the glass into the person. You see the blaster hole in him, and then bloody his ship crashes into another Pantoran police officer, and they bloody explode, and they're dead. So that's pretty brutal.
They're just sleeping. They'll be fine in the morning.
They dead.
Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah. And bloody, it's pretty cool though, the whole thing.
Yeah, they made her feel, I guess we're implicitly in nitty-gritty territory by now. Yeah. Because...
like, Omega gets back to Bad Batch, they fly off, Fennec Shand was like, "Oh, they got away," and then the Celestin guy in the docking bay is like, "Oh my god, you're gonna kill me," and then Fennec Shand doesn't kill him.
Making sure that she's not like a stereotypical asshole bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Which is a little different.
I mean, I still doesn't completely mesh well, because she also kills... she does kill unnecessarily.
She kills...
No, that guy who was just driving along in the city centre didn't need to die.
He didn't, but like she kills when it's helpful. She doesn't just kill on a whim, I guess. Whereas like a Boba Fett would probably just murder that Celestin.
Would he? Well, maybe, OT Boba Fett.
Yeah, or like a Dengar or a Bosk.
I'd like to see Dengar do it.
I would just like to see Dengar full stop.
To be fair, Dengar in Bad Batch.
To be fair, Dengar in episode 9 didn't exist.
That is not Dengar. If someone says explicitly that's Dengar, I'm just gonna say no. It's not. It's not. It looks nothing like Dengar.
He looks like a Sontaran.
Yeah.
But a messed up Sontaran.
It's so stupid. And he's got a different name, so...
Well, it ends in Deng.
Denjaren.
No, it ends with D-E-N-G.
Oh. Who cares? Dengar.
We don't know how Corellian names work.
Oh yeah, I forgot he's Corellian.
He is.
He doesn't like it when people tell him the odds. As all Corellians don't.
It's a racial trait. Like in D&D.
But you were talking about Fennec Shand being
yeah, she kills when it's
helpful to her.
Helpful to her, but she just doesn't kill on the whim people that can still be useful.
Like the Celestin.
Like the Celestin.
What did you think to her ship?
It didn't seem that notable to me.
I thought it looked a bit much. It looked like there's too much going on. It didn't have a easily defined silhouette.
It kind of I thought it was like a listening ship when they first showed it.
That's what I thought. It reminded me of the shot from Rebels when you see the listening ship with Pablo Hidalgo on there.
Yeah, that freaking blows up.
Oh yeah, blows up pretty brutally.
On Alderaan! Yeah, it seemed too complex for like a one-person ship.
Yeah.
So not really something I'm into, I guess.
Maybe she's a big shot gangster putting together a crew.
I guess. Maybe that will be like the ending of the episode.
Basically, well, Omega did say, you should join us.
Yeah, and she said it was the best proposition that she's gotten in a long while. Probably lying, but maybe not.
But I want to continue talking about Fennec because I feel like our conversation last week has basically been ka-ching approved by Disney.
Which one?
All of them. No,
except the one that Fennec Shand might be hunting down Boba Fett.
No, but we also said
or Omega.
Or Omega, and that's what it seems to be.
Well, that's what it definitely is.
Well, no, but it definitely is Omega, but also we said that the Kaminoans were doing it, and that's what it seems to be.
Yeah, I don't know who else would put out a bounty on Omega.
I think
because no one else knows she exists.
Yeah. I think, like, Crosshair's squad, when we see them again, they'll be going after the Bad Batch. But the Kaminoans, by the seams of it, want Omega's DNA for that program that they talked about last episode. And I think it's no coincidence that Fennec Shand is the next character we get introduced to the episode after.
Yeah, and it is heavily implied that she'll be back.
Yes.
I would not be surprised if, because Kaminoans most likely want Omega alive, and Crosshair's squad wants the Bad Batch dead.
Yeah.
That the two factions, let's say, that are tailing them might collide.
Possibly. That could be interesting.
That could be interesting. And as you said, Fennec Shand might be putting together a squad, kind of in a, let's say, the opposite of Mandalorian, where everyone he meets will help him in the finale. Everyone the Bad Batch meets will go after them.
It's gonna join. It's like gonna be in Pandorica Opens when all of the Doctor Who villains just join together. It's like, F you, Doctor. It's gonna be every character in the Bad Batch, from everyone from the Celestin to every goat person that gets wronged.
Yeah, the fruit lady that they stole from.
Oh yeah,
it was Fennec Shand's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
the guy that Hunter steals the speeder from.
And at the end, Boba Fett will be put in a box again. And sent to marry some very unethical people.
Again.
Again. Yeah. What if he got married to Sana Starros as well?
Oh my god! Sana Starros is actually married to every important character?
Yeah, she might get married to Afra by the looks of it.
Whoa.
I mean, right now they're just working together, but I think it's implied that they're exes. Because Because everyone that Dr. Aphra works with is her ex or a future ex.
Yeah, and as you've established, she is the evil ex.
Yes.
So
every time she is the evil ex.
Yes. I feel like that I won't be able to get into Dr. Aphra comics because I'm not too keen on like just outright morally like bad, but whimsically bad. Does that make sense?
I think that her thing isn't that she's like morally bad, but she's like, I'm like too deep in this. I'm kind of sorry, but I have to be evil.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like, it's not like she's literally just like yellow eyes.
Yeah. It's like, I'm gonna go killing or something.
Oh boy, she's no Crumbopulous Kelly or Chelly or whatever.
Is that the
It's Crumbopulous Michael. It's
Yeah.
the guy who goes killing again.
God. That. Ugh.
No.
The show that will not be named.
That show is banned from the society in our house, but not the podcast.
No!
With the complete opposite of B-Word, who is banned from the podcast, but is the patron saint of the Cardiff Sci-Fi and Fantasy Society.
It's true.
Saint B-Word is a thing.
Hallowed be. No.
Hello, are the Ori.
But I am glad
Os.
that that I'm still alive. That all the Fennec Shand trailer footage is done.
Indeed. Like, we only had like 2 shots of her in the trailers, and we had both of them basically in the same minute or 2.
And all of the Hunter on the swoop on a speeder bike, all the city scene stuff.
Yeah. The only sad thing about that is that you were convinced that took place on Nigeria.
I wasn't. Other people were.
Oh well. Point is, that still ties back to one of my previous light sides, that we're basically in the dark.
Yeah.
We don't know what's gonna happen. Fennec Shand probably will come back, but we don't know how, we don't know when, we don't know if.
Apart from the Trandoshan.
Which still didn't happen.
Where is that Trandoshan?
What was that preview for?
Is it for, like, the second half of the season?
Maybe? But why did they put that out after episode 1?
I've got so many, like... There's a lot that needs to happen, though.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, next episode, they can't just go to Bracker and meet Captain Rex.
They can't.
Because it would just feel too quick.
If anything, they might go to the Trandoshan next episode.
Yeah, to get some money.
Or to get to the source, because they know that bounty hunters are coming after them.
Oh, yeah,
So if you want to know what bounty hunters are doing...
Go to the bounty hunters.
Join them.
Yeah. So that's possible. But then why did they release it, like, 2 weeks ago?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Oof.
By the way, before we talked on Air-Deraan, you mentioned that you saw a thumbnail for a preview for this episode.
Yeah.
Did it seem like it had anything to do with this episode?
No, it literally had Captain Rex in it. But it was,
What are they doing?
I don't know. And I knew it wasn't from any of the trailers as well. So that's why I knew it wasn't like a fake one. Because it was nighttime. And we hadn't seen Captain Rex and Bad Batch at night.
Was it like recognizably Bad Batch?
Yeah, because I think that was a Bad Batch character. And also we haven't seen Captain Rex at night in Season 7. Apart from the Bad Batch arc, but I'm pretty sure that's recognizable from the background. So...
Unless it's a good CGI job.
Yeah, I'm so confused. Like... And, yeah, definitely not going to see Captain Rex next episode, because Omega's got to get her bow and arrow.
Yeah. They would at least have to go to Dathomir before
Or somewhere.
Maybe
she'll get it from... Maybe Trandoshan is an arc... Maybe she gets it from Dryden Voss.
I guess he's a collector.
He's a collector, yeah.
Did he have one in the movie?
No, maybe because Omega stole it.
Whoa! Oh yeah, that makes sense. This takes place before.
Yeah, it takes place like 3
Ages
years.
before.
2 years? No, 3 years.
I think it's a bit more than 2. Wasn't it like 5, 6? It doesn't matter that much.
I can't remember. I think it's actually 10.
It might be like 10 years after the thing.
10 years before A New Hope.
Same-ish thing.
Yeah.
Because Luke is 19, right?
Yeah, because Bad Batch takes place 19 years before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because Luke's a wee babby at the moment.
Speaking of timelines, though, bit of a tangent to Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Do we know approximately how long it took to like make the Vader armor and stuff? Because Order 66 doesn't happen at the very end of the film. There's still a fair amount that happens between those things. Anakin has to go to the temple, then he has to go to Mustafar, then he has to lie in the lava for a little bit. Are the current episodes taking place after the end of the film, or like just before?
Well, it's not taking place at the end of the film, because the end is when the Death. Well, they've got the Death Star being built, haven't they?
Yeah.
But that could be right now.
We have Venators without markings.
Yeah. I mean, how long is it going to take to paint every Venator grey?
Have we seen a Venator in this show yet?
We have not yet, and that makes me sad because I'm scared. I'm scared, Voicer.
I don't think that we're going to see a Star Destroyer.
They have modelled one for the last episode of Clone Wars. Then there could be.
I don't think so. If there is, it will be in a flash forward at the end where the only last living member of the Bad Batch, Omega, is like, I miss my friends. Hello, my new best friend Boba Fett. Let's go off and have adventures so that I can split off from you and become Maz Kanata or wherever.
Crix Maydeen. They've got blonde hair.
Or what if they put her on ice and she becomes the new Kix?
Whoa! Kix, I wish we saw him in episode 9 or something.
If you didn't know, Kix he's canonical, right?
Yeah, it was in a canon book.
He has to be canonical because he freaking meets Crimson Corsair.
He joins his crew.
Yeah, so it couldn't have been Legends because he didn't exist yet.
Kix was on the ship that Finn was about to get onto in episode 7. Canonically.
Yeah. Kix was a clone trooper that got frozen in some sort of a cryo thing.
Yeah, on one of Count Dooku's treasure ships, which then got lost in space and then found by the Crimson Corsair around the time of Force Awakens.
Yeah, the red guy who people thought might be important but wasn't.
Is actually Baby Yoda.
That too. That's canonical on Air-Deraan verse.
Yes. And but we see the Crimson Corsair in episode 9. He's going, yeah, at the end, like in the party bit. And I thought, so annoying.
They should have just put Tamara Morrison next to him.
Yeah, what? They could have. That would have been amazing.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, people always say, oh, you can't introduce Legends, like expanded universe characters because it's going to confuse people. Like, I fundamentally disagree with that because every new character is a character no one has seen before.
Yeah. Also, Coruscant is an expanded universe concept.
And that was introduced in episode 1. No one would go, oh, no one's read the books and no one's going to understand it. Just introduce it as if it were new. Or, if it's a background character, you don't have to do anything because it's in the background.
Yeah, most of them become expanded universe characters anyways.
Yeah.
So it's just the same thing, but backwards.
Yeah, literally. That's why I always thought when people say, oh, they can't introduce like Thrawn into the sequel trilogy because no one will understand who Thrawn is. And it's like, I mean, no. Who is Snoke? We still don't know.
We do. He was made by Palpatine.
From Luke's
He's a
hand.
Strandcast.
From Luke's hand, right?
Maybe.
Oh, no, not from Luke's hand. That's his son. His clone son.
We don't know.
Yeah. Goodbye, my clone son.
We still don't know anything, like, for certain. This is all just conjecture.
Yeah.
I don't think we will get any real information, because literally anything they would say will make us angry.
That is true. So I got a feeling they're not going to say anything anymore.
I have a feeling that they're retconning the... No,
they're not going to do that.
This is a joke. They're not doing that.
I do genuinely think there might be a time jump after episode 9 because, as I've said in a couple of episodes, I think it will be interesting if we do a brainstorm episode at some point.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of shit that probably will go down after episode 9 because there's no government. Everyone in the entire galaxy is militarized now.
Yeah, and they're also all First Order, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget, the First Order took over the entire galaxy.
Yeah.
And just because they beat the Emperor doesn't mean that they're gone. Literally, look at Mandalorian, that's what it's all about.
Yeah, they beat the Final Order. They didn't beat the First Order.
Yeah, they're technically separate entities, I think.
Yeah, they technically are, because the Final Order is part of the Sith Eternal, isn't it?
Maybe.
And the Sith Eternal is pulling the strings of the First Order.
Yeah, Kylo may have been on Exegol, but I don't think all of his forces were. In fact, I don't think any of his forces were there.
Apart from General Pride.
Yeah, but who cares about him?
Yeah.
Who cares about Richard E. Grant?
I do, and I wish you had a better role.
What franchise is he not wasted in?
I can't think, actually. He is a good actor.
Probably?
In what? Yeah. Theater.
Is he a theatre actor?
I mean, they probably all are, aren't
all
they?
British actors are.
Yeah, they all do a lot of theatre.
Yeah, freaking Tom Hiddleston and David Tennant.
Yeah, I thought you were going to talk about Gandalf being in Cats.
I don't want to bring Cats into literally every conversation, contrary to popular belief.
I struggle to believe that.
Look, I like Cats, and I don't care.
But staying on target.
Back batch.
What were we talking about?
I don't know.
Before Cats. We talked about
Richard E. Grant, Final Order, and First Order not necessarily being the same things.
Yeah.
Because, like, all the freaking Death Star Destroyers on Exegol.
They're Final Order.
Yeah, and they've been being built at least since episode 5.
Oh, yeah.
Because Darth Vader goes to Exegol and he sees a crap ton of Star Destroyers.
That's why there's so many of them.
That's why they look like they're coming out of the ground, because they are.
Yeah, they should have really made it more interesting.
They really should have made a good movie.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah, them all crashing out of the ice ground thing. It seemed like, wouldn't that damage the Star Destroyers?
Probably.
Why didn't they wait until it was a sunny day, like literally after the battle?
Because they were coming after. No, they brought them out when nothing was happening, didn't they?
Palpatine brought them out when Kylo turned up.
Yeah, so that he wouldn't be able to see them either.
And then he said...
Who was he being?
The audience.
Yeah, who? I guess all the people in the audience.
Yeah.
Like the people going, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah. They were singing...
Who are they?
I think they're Sith cultists.
Where are they from?
Exegol.
It doesn't look inhabitable.
I know, but like, there's hundreds of thousands of, if not millions of people on Exegol. There has to be, because who's flying those Star Destroyers?
Sith troopers.
Yeah, and there's got to be thousands of them. How many people died in episode 9?
How many people did we... By the way, those Star Destroyers are like twice the size of a normal Star Destroyer, right? So they would probably need like twice as many people as a Venator.
Well, no, the Venators are smaller than Star Destroyers.
So 3 times the amount of a Venator.
Yeah.
And I think we established that the skeleton group of a Venator is like 2,000?
I think so. I'm actually just going to look up the name of the fleet.
No, it has to be more, because remember... We established that the bare minimum people that would have been killed by the Malevolence...
Yeah, it was a couple thousand.
It was just under 200,000, and that was with there being 24 Venators being shot down.
Yeah.
So 200,000 divided by 24, that has to be more than 2,000.
Well, okay, so the Zeiston class Star Destroyer, which apparently, according to Wikipedia, there's 1,000, but in the movie, Richard E. Grant literally says like 10,000, isn't he?
Don't
So
remember.
who the fuck cares? Oh my fuck!
Is it like 100,000?
29,585 people on each one.
What?
Jesus
Christ!
Christ!
Bare minimum of 3 million troopers.
Oh my god!
Is that crew or capacity?
Let's check. That says crew. That's a lot of dead people.
Oh my god.
Yike. That's not cool.
No.
And so 30,000 times
1,000.
at bare minimum. I think
Oh,
that's
you said
wrong.
30. I thought you said 3, so that's at least 30 million.
Yeah, that's 30 million, but I think it's 10,000.
So it could be 300 million.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
It's like the population of USA.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is actually genocide.
Well, don't forget that they also blew up at least one planet
Oh
in
yeah.
that movie.
Yeah, that's true.
Freaking Zori Bliss's thing.
Yeah, but who cared about that planet? Kajimi.
But that's Babu Frick's home as
He
well.
survived.
I know.
And fucking fake Dengar died. So
No!
and canonically, John Williams.
What?
John Williams was the bartender, and he died.
Oh no. JJY.
J.J. Abrams just loves killing people he likes.
J.J. Abrams is the Crumbopulous Michael of Star Wars.
Yeah, here I go depicting the 300,000 dead Final Order people.
Here I go, killing my friend again and having his father figure not care at all.
His adopted father.
Something like that.
Yeah. Oh god.
Boy, oh boy.
Well, yeah, from 30 million dead in the Battle of Exegol to 3 dead in episode 4 of Bad Batch.
300 million tried, 300 million died.
Thanks, J-Bo.
J-Bo Abrams.
J-Bo! Would it be J-Bo J-Bo?
J-Bo Hoodbrums.
Oh, that's, yeah.
That's why we don't like J-Bo, I guess.
Look, so you've got the three films that tried to make a good sequel trilogy. 3 tried, 3 died. Yeah.
We should probably talk more about Bad Batch.
Yeah, that's true.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. So, with
I haven't heard that series in a while. In a long time.
Bad Batch introduces in this episode a type of repair droid that I really like.
Yes! It's like an R2-D2, but he has arms and legs.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god! And it does look like the kind of aesthetic.
It looked like it belonged in Solo.
Yes, I agree. But
in fact, I'm pretty sure I've seen something like that before.
I wouldn't be surprised, but if it was in live action, it wouldn't be moving.
Although it might just kind of look like an old-timey spaceman suit.
Yeah. I feel like it looks like a robot from... what's that movie called? Forbidden Planet?
New Hope. Oh yeah, it kind of looked... was it like...
It's George R.R. Martin's favourite movie.
Oh, I don't know that.
It is called Forbidden Planet, right?
Like the comic book shop?
No, not Forbidden Planet then.
Like Lost Stars? This is Star Wars.
Lost Stars. It's something planet. Whatever. It's the one with the robot.
Is it Red Planet maybe? Because it's
No.
like Mars or something?
No, it's not Mars.
Is it the one with like the robot nanny? It's the robot nanny from the freaking Flintstones, but it's the future.
Oh my god, that looks completely different.
Never mind.
It looks like the one from Lost in Space as well.
Lost in Space, that's
The original one,
might
at
be
least.
what I was thinking of.
Not the one with Joey Tribbiani, and not the one with...
Rudy Giuliani.
Right, not Rudy Giuliani. Matt LeBlanc is in the 90s Lost in Space movie. The one with the really bad 90s CGI alien.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's f***ing bad. I remember seeing it when I was a kid, and it was bad. Apparently the Netflix Lost in Space show is good.
So I hear.
Yeah.
Reese likes it. The clone.
The clone, whoa.
Yeah.
I'm a clone from Wales.
Yeah, freaking the previous sci-fi president, the clone.
Whoa.
D''QLOAN.
Whoa.
The clone. Like the car.
I don't.
Or Dixon.
Or Dixon. I understand that reference.
Isn't the car where...
Oh, the car. I thought you were talking about like a specific car, mate.
No!
I was like, why would I know like this car?
That's where the rebel base, with the resistance base was, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then the next movie they were like pretending to be resistance. We're rebels now. So yeah, quite more confusing.
Thank you, Ryan Johnson.
Yeah, look, Ryan Johnson can make good things though.
Like Knives Out that we keep talking about.
You haven't seen it
yet. I will.
It's been a week.
I've been playing Hollow Knight.
Whoa.
I can't even pretend that
that's admirable.
Busy. I mean, I have been busy, but
yeah,
I've also been doing work, I swear.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Mom.
You said that the droid in this episode looked like it was from Solo.
A little bit. He felt like a similar vibe, color palette.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I feel like that is just like the vibe of Solo, isn't it?
Definitely.
Of like that kind of part of the Star Wars universe.
And timeline.
Yeah. It's a similar timeline.
It's, I mean, they did add Reign of the Empire as a separate age on like the new timelines, which is this.
Yeah.
So far it's only Bad Batch and Solo.
I do think that droid with the arms and legs looks like an old droid, though. It doesn't look modern.
No.
For even the prequels. But
that's kind of like the aesthetic of the original trilogy.
But
kind of by necessity and kind of by like they call it the dark times. Yeah. Kind of like a period of stagnation.
Do remember though that in the original trilogy, most of what we see is backwater planets that would presumably have older technology still.
Yeah, like Tatooine.
Yeah, like why would Tatooine have state of the art things? Everything's gonna be dog shit.
Precisely.
Yeah, they're gonna have Teslas from 5 years ago instead of this year. I don't know. Trying to make a topical thing to something that we talked about last week about hating.
Yeah, Elon Musk.
Yeah, elongated muskrat.
Oh yeah, that's why we talked about freaking Elon Musk and the Fantastic Four and autism.
Oh yeah.
Because I said that the Bad Batch are what do you call it?
They're looking for
autism parallel.
Oh.
Maybe.
Well, I feel like that would be too spicy.
Depends. Like if they said that Wrecker is the one who's autistic, that would be spicy.
Yeah.
Because autistic doesn't mean dumb/childish.
But then again,
having like a different kind of perception.
The stereotype is always like high functioning, as in super smart or super dumb. That's like the stereotypes, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I feel like
high functioning and low functioning is not really like a thing. Like using those kind of terms is kind of frowned upon.
Yeah, I know. That's why I think it's kind of spicy if they do it at all.
Probably, but like
because either it's going to be Tech who's super smart, Wrecker who's super dumb, or Hunter who's violent. I don't think you want.
I don't think that Hunter's thing is that he's violent.
But I mean, he's called Hunter and he's got a knife.
In Hunter's case, it's his senses.
Yeah.
Because like a big part of autism that like doesn't get put into the stereotypes much is that many like have not I don't want to say sharper senses, but like more. A lot of them are like more sensitive to like textures of food or to sounds or to smells. Usually, like one of the senses is a bit like I don't want to say supercharged, but kind of. And in Hunter's case, that's kind of what this thing is. Yeah,
I suppose, but I still think that it's probably. I don't think they should make the parallel because I think it can go bad.
They would probably not do it well. But
yeah, that's why I think they shouldn't do it at all.
If they're not trying to do it, but they kind of do it,
Mm.
then fans can be like, oh, this actually may not be that bad.
Maybe.
But don't listen to me. I'm not a good authority on knowing what good representation of anything is.
Whoa! I don't know what that's in reference to.
Well, mostly everything. Not anything in particular, but everything.
Yeah, life, the universe, and everything.
42.
Yeah. We're going to get to that number of episodes in 12 episodes.
In 3 months.
Oh my god, will we be finished with Bad Batch?
I don't know. I might be back in Cardiff by then.
Jesus Christ.
Actually, wait, no. No, that will be August. I won't be back in
Yeah,
Cardiff.
that's a month too early.
Yeah. Well, maybe 2 weeks too early. Who knows?
Bad Batch is lasting for a long time.
At least 14 episodes or 16
I
episodes.
think there might even be 16 people are talking about.
Well, if they get to 16, they might as well go to 20. I'm not sure what they're doing. I do not know.
Well, I guess because the Marvel shows are not conflicting with, as we mentioned last week,
They're moving Loki to Tuesdays?
Tuesday, yeah. Because he says Tuesdays are the new Fridays.
I like Tuesdays.
Yeah, they're...
I made that joke last time about Fridays.
Was that about with the Ahsoka joke?
Yeah.
Yeah, goddamn.
Why did they go with that thing? It's
What, the look,
first
is
times.
another reason why the Jedi isn't actually as well written. Obviously the Jedi is pretty badly written on the whole. And Michael Biehn saying, who would win? It could be my side, could be your side. Who knows? Like, oh my god.
I might be slightly more agreeing with Davis from Star Wars New Canon Book Club, who's basically since the start of Mando been like championing that it's not well written at all. That never was.
Potential, yeah. I think the Jedi is the least well written.
I don't think that Heiress is better, and I don't think that a few of the other episodes are better either. But yeah, the Jedi does have some outstanding dark sides.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, as well in the Mandalorian, there's not much dialogue, is there?
Yeah, that's kind of the point, for it to be like a Clint Eastwood spaghetti western.
Yeah, when everyone's ADR'd.
Yeah, everyone is speaking a different language.
Everyone's speaking Italian!
No, that's the point. Like, you have like people from 5 different countries and all of them are speaking their own language.
Yeah.
But then it's dubbed into Italian, English, and everything else.
I thought they were all speaking Italian in Clint Eastwood ones.
Well, the Italians are, but Clint Eastwood is an Italian. He isn't. I don't think that Lee Van Cleef was Italian either.
No.
I think it's like Belgian.
But how come it doesn't line up? It still doesn't line up when they speak. I just assume...
What do you mean?
When they're talking, their voice is... They're not lip-synced.
I guess they just didn't care that much at that time.
Wow, yeah. Sergio Leone wasn't... I mean, he was a good filmmaker, but those films weren't the most highly polished.
And apparently they were a nightmare to do.
Yeah, probably. That's why I prefer... My favourite one is Once Upon a Time in the West.
That's the only one I saw, and it was pretty great.
I love that film. I think it's a... I think it's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. I like that elongated sequence of that one cowboy trying to chase away a fly from his face.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the bit where the guy shoots another guy in the face on a train with a gun in his shoe. That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
I like the bit when a child gets murdered in the first scene.
I don't like the bit when the woman is basically used by everyone and left alone.
Yeah, but I think that was kind of like a point though.
Yeah.
It was like everything's still shit. Like, even though it all turned out well in the end, and she got the railroad and station and the house, she still kind of was used.
I like the bit when that cowboy is like, yeah, sorry, I'm leaving you because I'm actually a bad guy, but sorry about that.
Yeah.
And then like 20 minutes later he falls off a horse and dies because he was shot and was basically bleeding to death. And he didn't want her to know that.
Oh, yeah.
I like that he was like 20 minutes away from death, but still it didn't show at all.
And I like the end when...
That was the end.
Yeah, well, no, but with the reveal of the man with the man with the harmonica's origin.
What was his origin?
It was because the guy, the main bad guy, he killed his brother, didn't he? The man with the harmonica. He was forced to play the harmonica while his brother was on his shoulders with a noose around his neck, and if he stopped playing, then his brother would get hanged.
And he died anyway.
He did die anyway. We should probably get back on topic.
No. Yeah. The dialogue in Bad Batch, maybe, I don't know, is it okay?
I think it's good, for the most part. It's a kid show. They have to have the morals, there. Don't run off with a stranger.
I don't know if they literally said that, but it was
pretty obvious.
Pretty clear.
She was there. She was paid to kidnap Omega.
I know.
And everything that Fennec Shand did was bad. Stealing fruit, bad. Hijacking a car, bad.
Killing people, bad.
Bad.
But she was still like a little bit like you'll thank me for this, and she was like, it was obvious that she doesn't want her to die, I guess.
Yeah, but that's because she's capturing her alive.
I know.
Because it's got the morals, but it's also got the actual story reasons for it to happen.
Yeah. One thing I did notice was that they never said her name in the episode.
Yeah, because at the end of this episode, they said, we need to find out who she is. So, we're going to get Fennec Shand origin story?
Possibly. Maybe not origin story, but a bit more fleshing out. Which is ironic, because she gets fleshed out in a different way.
Well, when she gets...
As in by losing flesh and getting replaced by a...
robot abs.
Cybernetic abdomen.
Yeah.
Which she uses to push that freaking boulder.
Yeah, I forgot that.
I don't know if a freaking metallic abdomen would help in that, but probably.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see more of her. Mm-hmm. But
it did kind of make it feel like it could have been like literally anyone in that situation.
Yeah, but then you'd be like, why not Fennec Shand?
Yeah, I am glad that it was Fennec Shand as opposed to like
Kanan.
Kanan?
Again.
I mean, he did do some shady business in between the things.
He did.
What did he do? He worked for the Pikes, maybe?
Everyone worked for the Pikes at some point.
I suppose. Either the Pikes or the Hutts, they hate each other.
Yeah, I'd like to see that rivalry.
There's a teeny tiny bit of that in the most recent Bounty Hunters comic.
This is why I wish Solo did well, because then we would get that, probably.
Yeah, all those underground movies.
We would get all of the criminal syndicates led by Maul doing whatever. It's like, there's got to be a reason why Maul's not in control of the galaxy's most powerful crime syndicates.
By the time of Rebels.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll circle back to it in some form, but it won't be as good, probably.
I know. It'll be sad.
Imagine if it was good.
Imagine. Imagine if they... I think I said this before, but they might just recreate the Duel of Two Suns.
Is that what it's referred to as?
I think so, sometimes.
It's not impossible.
Yeah, but it would make me sad.
It would make me sad if they made it bad.
Imagine if they made it into a big flashy fight.
I feel like if they made it into a flashback and didn't change it much.
Yeah. I mean, if they kept it like the single strike, that's cool. But if they change it to like
a Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah,
style.
Duel of the Heroes.
5-day battle.
Fuck, I was like...
I just really wanted to be like...
I don't understand. That's so long.
Just to make it like more like a legendary duel. Just make it...
It was already extra.
Yeah, but make it more extra.
God damn.
Make them kick each other a bit more. Have them hide from each other as there's like a storm and they can't go out, otherwise they would both die. They like have to eat rats until the sun rises and they can fight some more.
Jesus Christ.
Have like Obi-Wan almost fall into a hole, but Anakin saves him so that he can try to stab him himself. Because
you really
gravity
thought this out?
I didn't, I'm just riffing. I just want it to be a bit more.
Yeah.
And more stupid, like them just choking the shit out of each other and force pushing into a force push until it explodes.
Jesus Christ. Like in...
That happened.
Like in... Yeah, but
in that
extra.
Scene. Yeah,
but,
just give it more like graphics.
You know, like
make
in
that
Force
entire room
Unleashed.
explode.
In Force Unleashed, when you do Force Repulse.
Yes,
that. But like they're doing it with each other.
Yeah, the entire room just peels off.
Concaves, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Have them freaking, I don't know, do something else. Have Obi-Wan lose a couple fingers. You never saw his feet. Or toes, you know.
Does Obi-Wan have a jingle jangle?
He wouldn't need it if it's just like a couple toes, like Polnareff in...
You need your toes for balance.
Not all of them.
I'm pretty sure you...
Ironically, your little toes are more important than thumbs.
Yeah, it's like if you need to lose a finger, like if you're told, on pain of your death, you need to like choose a finger to lose. Lose your ring finger, because that one does all.
Yeah. Other than put a ring on it, which is...
Put it on a different finger.
Yeah.
You need your little finger.
It's always been like a little arbitrary.
Everything you grip, your little finger is doing a lot of legwork.
Ironically.
Or finger work. That's a good point.
That's worse.
Whoa.
Anyway, you stop.
Tell us your finger work down below.
Yeah, I mean, technically it has to be finger work, unless you have like a speech-to-text
That's true.
bot.
Do you have speech to text?
Do you have a speech-to-text...
Do you speak Bachi? Tell us below! How many forms of communication do you have?
Probably less than one.
Oof. Yes.
I'm
monolingual. Big sad.
You should be.
You're bilingual.
At least. I could possibly make some conversation in Spanish.
Whoa! ¿Cómo estás?
I can talk to you in... No, wait, that's only in the trick dub. Because... not Ponda Baba, the other one. Dr. Air-Deraan. In the original, they said like he has a death sentence in like 12 systems.
Yeah.
But in the dub, it's I can kill you in more than 12 ways.
What do you...
I don't know what that even means.
What? I'm sure many people can kill you more than 12 is quite a low number.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's... Today I learned about the Czech dub, but that's talking about language.
Mm-hmm.
Our favourite Huttese word, poodoo, was said in this episode of Bad Batch. It was the equivalent of someone driving their car down the street, almost hitting a pedestrian and shouting, shit!
That's what happens in Attack of the Clones as well.
I think it's
a Doug Senator or something like that.
Yeah, it was like, oh,
Jedi poodoo.
Yeah. Like Jedi piece of shit. Basically.
Yeah. I like that freaking speeder car chase. It really reminded me of episode 2.
Yeah, and I like the speeder car chase in episode 2.
I think episode 2 is not vastly underrated, but people hate it more than maybe they should.
I think it's still the worst one.
I disagree, but that's fine.
I know, I agree with the things you like, but I do think that the romance and the Anakin Padme stuff, it just takes the film down a few pegs. And also the end lightsaber duel isn't good.
Well, I also think that the Maul lightsaber fight is overrated, so...
What?
And I don't have a problem with Jumpy Yoda.
I do.
That is fair. We can save that for Attack of the Clones episode that we might do eventually.
When? When will we have time? There's going to be Star Wars until we die.
Maybe there won't.
Oh my god. Then we'll have a Star Wars drought. Look, either we're going to complain about there being so much Star Wars, or we're going to complain about there being no Star Wars.
Yes.
Do or do not.
I don't think we're complaining about there being too much Star Wars.
True, I like Star Wars.
And like, the 20th anniversary of Episode 2 will be next year.
Jesus Christ.
So in preparation for that, we can... and after that, we can just do the whole prequel trilogy.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Isn't it?
We didn't do the anniversary of bloody Rise of Skywalker.
Because that was, what, second anniversary?
Yeah,
Who
the
cares?
first year of it. We didn't do a recollection.
It's too recent. Was it 2019?
Well, I mean, considering we talk about it all the time.
We might as well do it at some point.
Yeah.
Didn't we say that for like episode 50 or 100 we would do sequels?
That's a long way away. That's more than 2 years.
No, it isn't. 100 episodes is 2 years, and we're 30 episodes in.
We're not far into that.
Then we can do it for episode 50. That's less than...
Whoa. We'll be finished with Bad Batch by then.
Probably.
Maybe.
Unless we find a way to artificially elongate that content.
Yeah, elongated.
Muskrat, you've already made that joke.
Yeah, I know. I'm not original. Talking about things that are not original. I was gonna say, you said about like this was similar to episode 2's one, but it's actually episode 2 one in reverse, basically. Not reverse, but like opposite roles, because instead of Obi-Wan chasing Obi-Wan's chasing Zam Wessel, but Zam Wessel in Fennec Shand is chasing Omega.
Kind of, yeah, basically.
And then obviously Hunt's chasing Fennec Shand.
Yeah. I think that there were a few more parallels. Like, I think there was a bit when Fennec's blaster like falls into like a ridge on the top of the speeder, which I'm pretty sure happened in episode 2.
Potential, yeah.
When the first trailer came out, I for a second thought that Fennec Shand was Zam Wessel.
Wait a minute.
Because they had like a vaguely similar looking helmet.
Zam Wessel's helmet has a cloth over.
Yeah, I know it's very different, but I remember us talking about it and I thought that was Zam Wessel for a little bit.
Yeah.
Until I guessed that it was Fennec Shand.
There's a fan theory that Zam Wessel survived.
It's not completely impossible.
And that she is the changeling in the Holocron heist episodes.
Forgot there was one.
Yeah. The only other one we see.
And she couldn't have been the changeling in the Dr. Aphra comic because that was Dr. Evazan.
What?
He put like some sort of an experimental changeling-y organism on his face that allowed him to make it look like he's a changeling.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. That's how he captures Dr. Aphra.
Dr. Evazan really gets around for like all of his adventures. He's related to everything now.
Well, only Rogue One and Dr. Aphra.
That's a lot of things.
That's 2 things.
Yeah, it's more than...
It's more than, what's his face? Nuvo Vindi.
Yeah, Nuvo Vindi. Where's his spin-off?
Technically, he's also in 2 things.
Yeah.
Well, but Dr. Evazan is in 3 things.
Catalyst and...
the episode.
Well, actually, technically he's in 3 things.
Is he? This podcast?
No, I was going to say this... both episodes of Blue Shadow Virus. And Catalyst.
So he's in as many things as Dr. Evazan.
Confirmed.
Unless you count each issue separately.
Unless you do that.
Or at least story arc.
What if you count every sentence separately in a book?
Like every frame is a different thing that Nuvo Vindi is in.
Where's every word as a painting?
Nuvo Vindi probably has more screen time than Rose ever did.
That's
probably not true.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Rose
was in a fair amount of episode 8.
Yeah, but
and Nuvo Vindi wasn't in those episodes that much.
What Clone Wars character does have more screen time? I think Omega has more screen time at the moment.
Than Rose?
Yeah, potentially.
I don't think she does yet, but she probably will by the end of the series. Freaking Ahsoka, Anakin, Rex, they definitely have more screen time than Rose.
Yeah.
Even though Rex isn't that much of a character. He's cool, but not that much of a character.
Until they, Series 7,
they
when they pretend that he's always had a character, and it's like, has he? When they're like, oh, Rex and Ahsoka are so close, and like, have you watched the show? They're like in 2 episodes.
Yeah. But then he becomes a grandpa, and
he does.
He's great.
And he is on Endor. I'll get into another argument on Reddit about this.
Yeah, let's keep that person in the past.
Let the past die, as Saw Gerrera said.
And die with the past.
Yeah, just Just die.
Let the past die, kill it if you have to.
Yeah,
Yes, the famous Saw Gerrera quote.
To be fair, they both wear black.
Mm-hmm.
They're both anti-heroes.
They both have some sort of a relative that they feel a lot of angst about.
Oh, yeah, they both have a dead relative.
Mm-hmm.
In
some ways, they are pretty instrumental. No, Saw isn't.
Saw's instrumental for creation of, well, for the destruction of the Death Star.
They have scars on their face. Sometimes they both have long hair.
Sometimes, yeah.
In the finished movie, he did have long hair, didn't he?
Yeah, and in the flashback, he was bald.
Mm-hmm.
Which is just like, what?
It was like 20 years apart.
Yeah, I know, but why was he bald in the flashback? Surely he would be bald in the present.
He could shave his head and then let it grow back.
I know, but it's just a bit confusing.
And he went more crazy.
But the thing is, they reshot everything in Rogue One to have him have hair.
I think he looks better with hair.
I agree. But he also looks cool in Rebels, though. When he's bald.
I mean, yeah. But because he is cool in Rebels.
Yeah.
It's a great story arc. Or 2.
He's in 2 episodes.
It's a great 2 episodes.
Whoa, great duology.
Are both of them on Geonosis?
No, one's on Geonosis and the other one's on that listening station where Titus dies.
Right.
The guy that gets demoted.
Yeah, I remember that listening station from a trailer, I think.
Imagine, yeah, as you said last week, see Titus this in Bad Batch. It's like Grand Moff Titus.
Yeah.
The Emperor's hand, Titus.
He's just the Emperor. He's the Emperor's superior.
Yeah.
He gets demoted by him.
The Imperator.
Yes. He is
Kaiser Titus.
Bendu Titus.
Oh.
Tsar Titus.
Darth Titus.
The wench.
The Titus.
The Titus. This has probably been enough.
Yeah. It's been enough for this Titus tangent.
Not necessarily the whole episode.
Yeah.
By the way, about an hour ago when we talked about the cool droid,
yeah,
I'm pretty sure his name is Kix.
I thought it was like Skippy. Not Skippy. Sounded something like that.
I think one of them was like a 3G or something like that.
3G.
Ooh, 5G.
Whoa! Huawei droid.
Gives everyone freaking hyperspace sickness.
Whoa.
That's why it ceased to be a thing in the books, because they freaking put those antennae out of practice.
I like the voice actor for the protocol droid. Because she sounded a lot like C-3PO still. Then, like to me, she sounded like exactly like Anthony Daniels in like terms of mannerisms, but was obviously a woman.
Voice.
Yeah.
Same voice actor as the fruit salesman.
Really? I thought you were going to say same voice actor as the one from episode 1.
I don't believe so.
Yeah. That's something a lot of people forget. So a lot of people say that Star Wars doesn't have many female droids, but chronologically speaking, the first droid we see is female, literally coded.
Whoa! That's something.
What can I say? Using media terminology to the extreme. If you're writing about Star Wars, you could say that character is literally female coded.
Like L337.
Yeah, exactly. She was an astromech.
Yeah, and it's hard to find her switch.
Yeah.
Unlike C-3PO's.
Look, I didn't think that was a reference to that. I just thought...
Some people apparently did. And I think I may have as well.
Look, I think the other one is a piss joke. I don't think it's
This is definitely a piss joke.
It's not a sex joke.
No, it isn't. But, why not? I guess.
Yeah.
Something for the dads. Or
Something for the dads. God damn it.
As in freaking the dancers in Zero the Hutt's lair.
God damn, what? That person was wearing clothes.
I don't think so.
Yes, they were. They were not wearing clothes.
They were just a
kids
silhouette.
movie.
You can't prove it.
Look, I'm going to go to Lucasfilm Anaheim. I'm going to raid through their film archive to find the model of that Twi'lek dancer, and I'm going to prove that a shadow of a doubt that she was just wearing a skin-coloured top.
Then how do you explain everything that happens between Ventress and Obi-Wan?
Yeah, look, I can't explain the bum wiggle.
The bum wiggle.
That's what it was.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, and then it had like the be a man moon, didn't it? The like fighting. It was like the fighting.
It was like the Jedi moon.
Whoa.
The Jedi moon, yes.
Duxun.
No, more.
It was big. Okay, we didn't mention this last week, but we see Onderon and we see its moon, and it was not close enough to the surface.
Well, you know, it could just have like an oval shaped orbit, so that it gets closer sometimes.
But then its atmosphere is not going to be the same as Onderon.
Well, it will at that moment.
Mm.
Duxun doesn't always have the same atmosphere.
Does it not?
No, it only overlaps fairly rarely.
Mm. Well, I hope they do that at some point, but they're not going to.
I don't think I'm going to miss Duxun in canon.
Yeah, but where's Freedom Nad going to be buried?
I thought he was...
No, you're thinking of Naga Sadao.
Who is on Yavin 4.
Yes.
And who's the guy who also died on Yavin 4?
Exar Kun.
Exar Kun, yes.
Yeah.
And Freedom Nad, his tomb has an entire raid scenario in the Old Republic.
Yeah, because Exar Kun went to Duxun, found Freedom Nad's tomb, talked to his ghost. His ghost said, go to Yavin 4. So he went to Yavin 4, he killed a bunch of Masasi. Freedom Nad was like, yeah, cool, you're dark side boy now. Now I'm going to teach you, and you're going to be my apprentice, and I'm going to be the master. And then Exar Kun was like, enough of this shit, and fucking killed him twice. Like, double killed him. So he was like, proper dead.
And then he also died somehow.
Yeah.
And Ulic...
He got killed by Uruk Keldroma.
I don't think so, because Ulic Keldroma visited that place, and Exar Kun was like calling out to him, but Ulic cut himself off from the Force, or somehow was cut off from the Force, so he couldn't hear him or help him.
But that was... Uruk Keldroma was part of Exar Kun. Like, they were both Dark Jedi, and then they fought against each other in a brief war, and then they decided, hey, actually, let's team up. And so that's what they did. And then eventually, when what was his name again?
Ulic Keldroma.
Uruk Keldroma was like facing his brother in like a lightsaber duel, and he kills his brother, and he's like, "Oh fuck, what am I doing?"
I thought he had a sister.
No, it's his brother, and he kills his brother. Well, he might have a sister as well. He kills his brother in a lightsaber fight, and he's like, "Shit, I'm a bad person." And then he goes back to the Jedi and is like, "Look, lock me up, kill me, whatever. I'm like." I've gone down the wrong path in life. And they say, it's okay, Uruk Keldroma, we'll make you a better person. Now, let's help us kill Exar Kun or whatever.
But before then, he goes to exile on Renvar.
Whoa. I thought it was the other one. I thought it was like...
It was Renvar.
Nice. Has this got something to do with literally our first episode?
We definitely talked about this.
We might have talked about this 30 episodes ago, baby!
Yeah, because that would be the only other time that Renvar would have come up.
We're a broken record.
Because we thought that the ice planet from The Passenger was Renvar.
It's actually the planet from the first episode of Mandalorian.
Which, was it ever named? Probably.
Probably somewhere. Talking about things that make us a broken record, and in a way makes us a bad podcast, but not really as a joke. But something that does is that I've been notified by my friend that we were wrong about Black Panther in Infinity War. Black Panther 100% did use his repulsing
No, let me correct your friend. You were wrong.
No!
I'm going to throw you under the bus on this. I said this all the time that he did use it.
Okay. I couldn't remember. I thought we both agreed. Maybe I bullied you to agreeing with me.
I'm going to throw you under the bus that Stan Lee is on reading the script to some movie.
He's reading the script, the movie from the 90s, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
Was it Mallrats?
Mallrats, yeah. It wasn't Howard the Duck.
No.
Imagine.
Just
Howard
imagine.
the Duck has duck boobs in it.
Yeah, I know.
It's a bad movie.
But not in the same way that we're a bad podcast.
No, because this is, thank God for you guys, not a visual podcast.
Yet.
Whoa! I don't want to do the webcam thing like a certain other...
Most other podcasts.
Yeah, like a certain blank sickness podcast does.
What, the COVID podcast?
Yeah, obviously, that's my favourite.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's...
COVID Keldroma.
Whoa! COVID, that's the planet that Ahsoka was hiding on, wasn't it? Was it Corvex?
Corvus.
Corvus.
Oh yeah, with
Corvus
the magistrate
19.
who apparently was a Dathomir from Dathomir. I'm like, what? How?
Maybe she will be fleshed out in a book.
I don't think so. I think she's dead. Is she?
I do not know. Last we saw of her was like Ahsoka asking her where Thrawn was.
Yeah, and then everyone's celebrating after.
I feel like it would be a bit weird if she got her information from her and they just killed her.
We don't. Well,
Unless
she
those
kills
people-
other people. How come she's different? Just because she's a named character, but she can kill all of these goons.
I feel like if you have like someone, if you're like interrogating someone and then you kill them, that's a pretty bad guy move.
That's what
Granted,
Sherlock does in the first episode of Sherlock.
And Sherlock is an anti-hero. And inconsistently written.
Yes. Sometimes, as pointed out in a bit, I've forgotten what
We're
video.
talking about Harry's moving castle.
Yeah, he said he was... Moffat got confused between the Doctor and Sherlock. And like, it was in the first episode when he tells Anderson to stop looking at him.
Oh, that was
Or stop thinking.
Oh, yeah. Which I'm pretty sure that's literally something they do in an episode.
I can imagine Matt Smith saying it.
I think it was Chibnall who wrote that episode.
Chibnall wrote Study in Pink?
No, I meant the episode of Doctor Who. And I think it was one of the Silurian episodes.
Oh, I rewatched a clip from one of those episodes with his interrogation of the Silurian, and I didn't think it was that bad. But then again, I remember the rest of the episode not being too good. What was that, Hungry Earth?
And Cold Blood or something like that.
Yeah. It really... I remember when it happened because it really pissed people off that the Silurians got redesigned.
Everything's getting redesigned. Cybermen got redesigned.
Fennec Shand. No.
Not really. Freaking everything.
Yeah.
They definitely look better now than they used to.
What, the Silurians?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It probably also pissed people off that it ended with freaking what's his face? Rory being erased out of existence.
Is that what happens at the end of the episode?
Yeah, he gets absorbed by a crack in time and gets erased from existence.
I've completely fucking forgot
Yeah.
that. Is that why he dies?
Yeah, he gets shot and then they like put him in the crack. And then he comes back as a plastic person.
Yeah.
And
in
then
Pandorica.
becomes human somehow, I think. When
yeah.
the universe gets restarted.
That first series was fucking weird.
Yeah.
And I can barely remember most of that. It was so long ago.
I only watched it like 3 or 4 years ago, but it's still...
I watched it when it came out.
That would be like 2011, 12?
Good Man Goes to War was the second series of Matt Smith though, right?
Think so.
Yeah. That's, yeah. I'm trying to remember because Rory was wearing his Roman gear.
He came... Well, because he came back, he didn't know who he was. He came back with the Roman. He was one of the Romans.
Yeah.
At Stonehenge.
Yeah, but that was the finale of...
Yeah, that's when he came back from being erased from
Yeah,
existence.
but he was also in his Roman gear in Good Man Goes to War.
Yeah, because that happened after Pandorica.
Well, why was he wearing his Roman gear?
Because that was kind of his thing from then. He was the 1,000-year
because
centurion or something.
He kept hanging around and
he was protecting her bay.
And Amy didn't care.
Sure, she did.
I don't think it was explicit. She did care that much. I don't think there was a reaction we saw.
Maybe not.
It was they both waited hundreds of years in their own episodes, didn't they?
But I think that Amy's one got basically erased. Didn't count because...
What? Did it not?
But she aged like 70 years.
Oh, yeah.
That couldn't have been the same Amy.
Wait, did that Amy die?
I mean,
they all die in the end, don't
I
they?
think she got erased from... Well, they
get killed by weeping angels.
Well, killed. They get sent back in time, and they can't hang out with the Doctor anymore. But they had the rest of their life against ahead of each other.
Did they though? I thought they had around Tombstone said that they didn't live that long, or did it? I can't remember.
That would be a poor plan for the Weeping Angel, because their whole plan is to send them back in time so they live approximately until the point that they get sent back.
Really?
That's what happened with the guy in Blink, anyway.
I thought the plan was that, it's just the longer time they send them back, the more energy they get.
No, it's the more days you had ahead of you.
Ah.
They're a creature of the abstract. They live off potential energy or something like that.
And I kind of forget that when they bring them back in the first season of Matt Smith.
Yeah.
They're just just have the Weeping Angels kill people.
Yeah, they forgot a lot of the...
I was like, ugh. Yeah, it's not ideal.
No.
And then the Statue of Liberty is a Weeping Angel.
How?
I'm like, that is impossible. Surely, at any one time, at least one person is always looking at the Statue of Liberty. Surely.
And even if they're not, how...
Do birds count?
Probably not.
Oh.
Is every picture of the Statue of Liberty a Weeping Angel?
Why?
Because photographs of Weeping Angels, or at least camera transmissions of Weeping Angels, are Weeping Angels.
Mm-hmm.
Does everyone who looked at a TV thing of Statue of Liberty, does everyone who watched Ghostbusters 2 have a Weeping Angel in their eye?
Oh my god.
Like Amy did in that episode.
Wait, what? Was this the one with Angel Bob? That episode?
Yes.
Oh, f*** that episode. I've only seen that once. I remember not liking it. As we talked off Air-Deraan, it was the episode with the first introduction of the church, who were wearing just contemporary British Army uniforms.
Yeah, they just kind of do that.
Which was...
Most people use contemporary clothes.
Yeah, and it was pretty explicit because it was what the British Army wore in Afghanistan in 2010. So I was like, I know that from the news. So it's just kind of weird that it was actually set in the far future.
Mm. I mean, who knows what clothes are from when? Because remember that some people in Classic who are wearing the same space outfit as Bosk.
Yeah, well,
or
Bosk,
vice versa, right?
Yeah, Bosk is wearing a
Doctor Who costume.
Yeah,
he's a big old nerd.
Yeah, he really loves it, and in my opinion, it looks better with Bosk wearing it.
That's because you're a Star Wars fan.
Look, I know, but what can I say? Except, I don't know, Bosk baby.
Oh my god!
Starring Alec Baldwin
as Bosk.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Considering the Robot Chicken sketch with Bosk in the the James Bond Bosk, I wanted to see a Trandoshan in a tuxedo in episode 8.
Oh, Trandoshan in a tuxedo. What if they made like a James Bond style movie when it's Bosk in a tuxedo versus Pruneface?
Yes! Oh my god.
I just want to see Pruneface.
Or Marco.
Remember when I theorized that we're definitely going to see Pruneface in Mando Season 2?
Why did you say definitely?
I don't know.
Yeah.
We could still see him in Season 3, maybe.
I think it's unlikely we'll see Pruneface ever again in live action.
Yeah.
Considering we barely saw him in live action anyway.
But he is a named character. Someone is bound to bring him back.
Yeah, if they bring back what's his name, Jackson in the Empire Strikes Back certain point of view, we might get a prune face.
Wait, they did?
Yeah, Jackson's in a certain point of view for Empire. So yeah, Jackson's back, baby.
I mean, if McClunky... Was McClunky in Mandalorian or it wasn't?
No, it wasn't in Mandalorian.
It wasn't, but it almost was.
No, John Favreau was never going to agree. No, Dave Filoni wasn't going to agree to it, was he?
But they were joking about it.
Yes. I loved that in the documentary.
That might be my favorite part of any behind-the-scenes documentary.
Yeah, just like John Favreau trying to convince Dave Filoni to make...
Din Djarin say McClunky.
It's just incredible. But yeah.
They'll sneak it in one day.
One day. Like how George Lucas snuck it into the official Disney Plus release.
Yeah, and one day Dave Filoni will sneak in freaking what's his face from Shadow of the Malevolence.
Shadow
was the Jedi with the goggles.
Got what?
What's his name?
Oh, Plo Koon.
Yeah, one day he's going to sneak in Plo Koon surviving Order 66 into Revenge of the Sith.
Like
just
how,
like
yeah,
McClunky was snuck into that movie.
Yes.
And
which George Lucas shot down, didn't he? He shot down the idea of Plo Koon surviving, much like how he originally wanted to have Plo Koon getting his parachute shot down.
I don't think that was his original plan.
No.
It was like
a plan.
When Dave Filoni was like, but what if he like parachuted out? Then George Lucas's reaction was, well, I could make him parachute out, but then the clones would just shoot him down as he's parachuting.
Yeah.
And make it even more brutal of a death. And have him fall on some rocks.
Talking about brutal, starfighter deaths. Mm-hmm. Let's say plane deaths. In the movie Planes, I didn't realise this, but one of the characters is a veteran from World War II. Mm-hmm. And he said, like, the last time I flew was when I was doing a first mission with a bunch of like rookies that I trained, and on this mission, like they saw like a random Japanese warship in the middle of the ocean, and then one of the rookies was like, "Oh, come on, let's go take him. It'll be like a turkey shoot. We can take him on our own." It's like, okay, fine, let's go take a look. Go down the cloud cover, and like, oh my god, it's the entire fleet, and then they all get destroyed, like they explode. You see them getting shot down by the Japanese fleet, and like he's like, I was the last one of my squadron. And I was like, what the fuck? There's literally Chef 1 or 2 in fucking Pixar Planes.
I think Planes is technically not Pixar,
Right,
but
so it's Disney Planes then. It's in the same universe as Cars.
it is
So World War II, double confirmed.
in Cars.
In Cars universe, yes. World War II did happen.
Oh yeah, because there is the army vet in Cars as well.
Yeah, so that means... Yeah, so are the boats alive as well?
Yeah, blimps are alive.
Fucking hell, so those boats, they're just like got guns attached to them. Much like how the planes would have guns to them.
Although it's weird, like blimps are blimps and boats are boats, but flies are cars. Are cars like the master race of the Cars universe?
Oh my, maybe that's what Car Hitler was about.
Car supremacy.
I can imagine, like how they use the little pickup vehicles for like a lot of like the random ones. I can imagine like
For Italian stereotypes, you mean?
Yeah, I was gonna say I can imagine Car Mussolini. Like, can you picture one of those with the Mussolini's little hat?
Is he a Maserati? That is Italian, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the one with the trident on their logo.
But instead, in that movie, it would be a Fastus.
Hmm.
That's like the axe comprised of several things that the word fascism comes from.
Yeah, I mean bundle of sticks.
Yeah, but it's an axe.
Yeah, because he's like, bundle of sticks, that's like together, but also an axe because we're fucking evil. Just like giving you a hint. This is logo design for an evil faction in your fictional property. 101, just pay attention to fascists in real life. Like, literally.
I thought we were going to go with an environmental storytelling joke, but yeah.
What?
Never mind. Let's not keep pay attention to fascists as a soundbite from this episode. By which I mean I will make it a soundbite from this episode.
No! But one thing I am surprised about Bad Batch, like, did they pay attention to fascists? Because they were able to pay money. Like, they paid money for something, don't they?
Well, yes, but...
So were they using Republic credits, or did they exchange them for Imperial credits somewhere?
Since it was like a shady operation that they did, I wouldn't be too surprised if it was Republic credits.
Yeah, then the Celestin would have to change the credits again.
Though that whole exchange seemed funny to me because it was important. It really seemed to me that Wrecker had no idea how like bartering works.
Yeah,
but he tried to intimidate, but nothing else.
I took it that they also don't understand that, like, saying, like, they don't have the authority of, like, bill it to the Republic, punk. Like, they can't do that anymore. So, like, they don't really know what to do. Like, yeah, so they know how to intimidate, but they don't know, like...
how things work.
Yeah.
Because Ricker is like, well, how about we just don't get written in, huh? And he's like, well, I could not write you in. And he's like, great, thanks.
Shit, he walks away.
Yeah.
And then Celestin is just like,
Wait, you don't understand how this works. I said I could not write you in. He's like, okay, great.
Is Wrecker the Drax of the Bad Batch?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't we already try to cast Star Wars characters
We did,
as
Cassian
Guardians?
Andor.
Whoa!
Yes.
Casts, yeah.
Droman cast.
Dan casting a letter. When is Homer coming to Star Wars?
Wow.
Has Dan Castellaneta ever been in Star Wars?
I don't know.
He was in Stargate.
Was he?
Yeah.
As whom? I used the wrong word of wrong usage of whom there.
That's fine. He was a character who, like, somehow found this artifact that made him have, like, flashes of the life of Colonel O'Neill. So he would see the SG-1 go on missions.
Yeah.
And he would, like, tell his friends about it, and they would think that he's crazy. Until he, like, literally phones up the Cheyenne Mountain Complex, and he's like, sorry, do you have a Colonel O'Neill on your staff? And like, yeah, sure, why? Because that's how military works.
That's how military works?
Yeah.
I didn't realise he actually acted.
I don't know.
I know
if
he's a
does it
voice
much.
actor.
Yeah. I think they literally brought him in because in the universe, Colonel O'Neill is a big fan of The Simpsons. Yeah. And the character Teal'c is a big fan of Star Wars. It's a good show. Watch Stargate.
But talking about returning things, so like they brought in Homer's voice actor. Did you think that a Celestin looked like the Celestin in the droid arc in Clone Wars?
In
the Gregor's boss in the diner.
Oh, it's been way too long for me to remember that, man. I don't even remember.
He's got the little hat. He's got the little hat and an apron.
I don't know.
I think he looked similar.
He looked very different from Nien Nunb.
Yeah,
he looked like he had hair and stuff.
He's a fat one. Nien Nunb had a hat.
He did?
Yeah.
I don't remember him having a hat.
I'm pretty sure he had a hat.
No way.
Yeah. He has a hat.
No way.
Right, let's look this up.
Also, he was still alive by the time of episode 8. By the time of the end of episode 8.
Are you still alive at the... Well, he wasn't alive at the end of episode 9 because he dies in episode 9.
Yeah, he gets shot down by lightning, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's
wearing a hat.
Is that a hat?
That's a hat. That's not his friggin' head. That's a hat.
I thought it was his head.
No, it's a hat.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yes, he's still wearing a hat in the sequel trilogy.
That never occurred to me that it might be a hat.
Also, sequel trilogy got Lasny Numb in the original trilogy. And in the sequel trilogy, he looks different.
Does he?
Yeah, his ears are smaller.
Oh yeah, they are.
And his skin tone's different.
It's like a real Ahsoka situation.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think he looks right. It's like how they claimed, oh yeah, we used the same Yoda cast to make Yoda in episode 8. And I was like, no, you fucking didn't. He looked different. But that's a story for another time. That's a rant for another time.
Yeah, we'll have a field day when we actually talk about Maz Kanata and Yoda and everything.
Bruh Canada?
What?
I don't know. There's a talking about Last Jedi.
Maz Eisley Kanata.
What? Yeah.
Did they Maz Kanata Mos Cantina? That's nothing, is it?
I don't think that's anything.
What if it is?
Whoa.
Because she has the new Mos Eisley Cantina in her.
Where it blew up.
It did blow up, but you don't really go back to Mos Eisley Cantina, at least in those movies anyway.
Yeah, it was around the time of the Aftermath books, because you go to it in the Battlefront 2 campaign as Han Solo.
You do.
To get the Imperial Defecto, who's like a mega nerd. Just a normal Star Wars nerd. Because, you see the Architens, coming down over the lake, and then the Imperial data analyst is like, oh my god, look, an Architect. You don't usually see them that often. A reference to the fact that you don't see them at all in the original trilogy. No, he said, you don't see them that often, even though there's way more of them than, Imperial Star Destroyers. It's yeah. It's kind of amusing.
Yeah. You also go to Mos Eisley Cantina in Mando.
You do, and it's completely changed.
Other than that one booth.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, it's still got the blast point.
The friggin' fake... Do you even remember what his name was?
No, it was the try-hard one though.
Yeah, the titular gunslinger.
Yeah.
Unless the titular gunslinger was Mando.
I thought it was Mando.
Who knows?
No, it is Mando, because Mando had the quick draw that killed him at the end.
Just because he has the quicker pistols doesn't mean that he's the only gunslinger.
I guess, but is the gunslinger. By the end of it, he is the only gunslinger.
He's like Call of Juarez gunslinger.
Wow, every week's got to have a Call of Juarez reference.
Is Call of Juarez the new Blues Brothers?
No! We mentioned Blues Brothers again, though.
Yeah, is Call of Juarez freaking Blues Brothers 2 faking blues?
But what can I say about Blues Brothers other than this is actually the home planet of the Blues Brothers?
Indeed, Pantora. Well, the home moon of...
Yeah, and we see a lot of blue people.
Yeah, in the foreground and the background.
Yeah.
There's one out of focus in the foreground that looked much more like the Old Republic model than a Clone Wars model.
In the Old Republic, there's no Pantorans.
Yeah, there's Chiss, but Chiss with different eyes are just Pantorans.
No, they're different species.
I know, but in the Thrawn books, people were like, "Are you a Pantoran with infected eyes? What are you?"
Because they don't know who the Chiss are.
Yeah, because they look exactly the same except for their eyes.
Apparently in the latest Thrawn book, there's a reference to the Old Republic and the Chiss being involved in galactic affairs.
Well, they don't say the Old Republic. They did say that back in the olden days, they would do that.
Yeah, so that basically is a reference.
I also watched that Star Wars Explained video.
Yeah. Wait, I thought you were reading it.
I was.
You stopped?
I kind of did.
You can look multitask. Hollow Knight. Listen to audiobook.
I'm done with Hollow Knight. That's the problem.
What are you gonna do? Hollow Knight 2.
It doesn't exist yet.
There's another game like Hollow Knight though, isn't there?
Yeah, Dark Souls. I mean, I have a New Game Plus save file started. I could just continue with that. It's fucking. There's a Hollow Knight Silk Song, but that still doesn't have a release date yet.
Aren't they all bugs in Hollow Knight?
Yeah. Everyone is a bug, except for I think there's a couple slugs or whatever. I don't know. Spotted slugs.
Oh my god.
But now I think they're all bugs or grubs or similar things.
Yeah.
Are
You.
Spiders, bugs.
Yeah, I would think so. The bug is not a scientific word.
I think they're not insects, is the thing.
Yeah.
But
Arthropods. Arthropods.
Arthropods.
Anthropods. That's a human, like, podded...
That's a human person.
That sounded like... What's it called?
Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, Bruce Willis from Entire History of Japan.
Yeah, entire history of Nagasaki Towers, I guess.
That was meant to be the thing. What if they're anthropoids?
Whoa, I don't know what poid would mean.
Well, anthropoid was the operation to kill... Which one was he? To kill Hydric. The rights protector of... the protectorate of Czechia and Moravia. Or Bohemia and Moravia.
Yeah, he was a bloody dickhead.
Yeah. So we killed him. And then freaking... lo and behold, the Nazis retaliated by wiping out two cities.
That's not cool.
No, it isn't.
He gets killed in season 2, Man in the High Castle. He gets shot in a hunting lodge.
That's not how that happened.
Well, it's set in the 60s.
He wasn't supposed to be alive.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, how much of like World War II is completely different in Man in the High Castle?
I don't know, but probably a lot of it.
Yeah, well, Hitler had film tapes from the future that helped. Like, that's the whole like thing.
That sounds like that episode of Red Dwarf.
Yeah, that's true.
Where Brimmer saves the Hitler from...
Yeah.
What was that, Lister?
I thought it was Lister.
Yeah.
Look where I brought you back to me, Red Dwarf.
That's not the worst thing to call back to.
Yeah.
Although I'm pretty sure we talk about that specific episode more than any other.
We talked about it probably last week. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I'm
think so.
genuinely forgetting.
It's been recently. It's been
recently.
Like the clone from the valleys.
Yeah, that we mentioned an hour ago.
It kind of feels like we're getting our own ring theory in this episode.
Oh my god.
Ring.
Whoa, hence why you got to get rid of that finger.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Wrong finger.
Yeah, I can't stick up my ring finger.
It's hard.
That's as much as I can do. I've also noticed
it hurts.
that when I stick up my middle finger, I'm actually not. That's as high as my middle finger can go.
I mean, it's not that much higher than most people's, I don't think.
Like,
I think you're just angling your fist.
Yeah, you angle your finger. Yeah, but look how... That's not high.
I mean, that's not higher than mine.
No, put your knuckles flat. You're not doing the same thing. Look. Like...
What are you...
Look, I've got my fist like that.
Okay.
No, you've got your fist like that.
Oh, this?
No, like...
Like this?
Why is it so difficult? Just cupping my hand.
What are you trying to do?
No, it's sticking this flat bit up.
Like this? This is not... We should move on. This isn't a visual podcast.
Let's move on. Okay, so is there any more things about Bad Batch that you wanted to mention?
Well, that you were definitely ready to hit the same broadcast about chain codes on all planets.
Yeah.
Because you see the same one.
From Rampart.
From Admiral Rampart at this point.
Yeah.
On top of those like cool Imperial like outpost thingies, like those tower things. Which are really cool, and I don't know where you see them much, but they're like in all the games and in here as well.
Not the one that Omega climbed and almost fell off.
The thing that Echo was in, where he got the thingies. Like they're like all over like Jedi Knight.
Yeah.
Although that's not Empire anymore, which is weird.
I know what you mean though. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting to see that again. And it's also, I did want to mention about characterization as well.
Go ahead.
Because we said last week that this episode might be the Echo episode. What do you think?
Sort of was. I don't think that there was that much characterization. He had stuff to do. That's for sure. Ish.
Yeah.
But then again, so did like everyone.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Wrecker, who got kind of... Though I felt
he literally got knocked out.
He literally knocked out in like 1 second.
Yeah, but they didn't. So like, they rectified what is like often a problem, like Worf from Star Trek. So Worf is like meant to be the best fighter, and then in order to show that someone else is a really formidable foe, Worf gets knocked out easily. But because they do it so often, Worf just seems shit. But with Wrecker, while he gets knocked out easily by Fennec Shand, they've already showed Wrecker being very good. So it's still big thumbs up still.
I don't know, because like, they would have to show Worf being very good at least once.
No, but they don't that much.
Well, they would have to like start with him.
Yeah, but no, they say he's good though. They don't really show it that often.
And I guess they don't necessarily say that Wrecker is good. They do say that he's strong.
Yeah.
Like, he works very well as a part of the Bad Batch because they're like an organized team. But when he's alone,
whoa.
he gets outsmarted and tricked pretty easily. I think is the difference.
It was cute how he came after Omega and tried to...
It was cute how he was wearing his helmet as a hat.
Yeah, he does that quite often. It seems way too small for his head.
That's just kind of all the clone armor.
I have been notified also that Echo's helmet is too small for, like, physically can't fit on his head. Because he's got the Lobot stuff, and that is actually, on his helmet, the Lobot stuff sticks out. Like, it wraps...
clipping? Oh.
It wraps around the Lobot stuff. But because it's the helmet sticks out where the Lobot stuff would slot in, it actually can't fit into the helmet.
Is it Echo who has like the fold down helmet? Because at least one of them does.
No, that's Tech.
Tech, okay.
Yeah, Tech has the glasses that go down.
Like the Vader helmet that it has a hinge on top.
You're thinking of Scout Troopers.
Am I?
Yeah, that's how Scout Trooper helmets fit. That's like we see that often in Rebels with Ezra's. Whenever Ezra's wearing a Scout Trooper armor for like the 10th time.
I thought that he usually wore like a cadet armor.
That was when he was a child. That was in like season 1.
Fair enough.
Later he wore Scout Trooper armor quite often.
Because he's still small. I'm pretty sure I've seen a helmet like that in Bad Batch though.
Maybe, but
it was probably Tick.
Tick.
Echo.
Yeah. Also, there was another bit in about the characterization that I was trying to think of.
Probably about Echo because we settled on to Wrecker pretty quickly.
Yeah, Echo was like...
It's pretty passive.
Wait, I don't think it was passive because he threatened that protocol droid.
With a drilling.
With a gun.
With a gun and also his scompling.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was capable, but didn't show that much personality, I don't think. But he was...
He seemed like he wanted to... I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a Hunter with the main character.
Yeah, he's still the main character.
That's probably not going to change out of the adult clones anyway.
But it's so strange with Echo, because he isn't the same character as he was.
Not even in Bad Batch?
No, like...
The Bad Batch arc?
Yeah, because he's different, isn't he? Like, he's not like Echo. Because Echo, in, like, Rookies, he was called that because he repeated the orders all the time, didn't he? He doesn't do that anymore.
Well, what he's been through would have to change him.
Yeah, but that just made his character kind of
disappear.
Boring. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't think that the way forward would be like to have him be like traumatized 24/7.
Which they haven't done really.
No, but they had like one bit of it in the pilot. In whatever it was called, Aftermath.
Yeah.
But since then he's been like a tech light.
That's true. But yeah, maybe next episode. I don't know.
Maybe.
Who knows?
I do hope that like the other Echo episodes won't be like this.
Yeah.
Just like very surface level.
Yeah.
Because that was like our worry and problem with Bad Batch like all along.
So the characters don't have much character.
That they're paper thin.
Yeah, and it still hasn't really rectified that yet.
Rectified?
Why?
With maybe the exception of Hunter, because Hunter was like the most nothing out of them, I feel, in the...
Yeah, and now he's actually got a character.
Yeah, now he's probably the most developed.
Yeah, he's gonna be dad.
Yeah. He's gonna be looked at, Bod.
Is he a GILF?
Not yet.
Maybe one day.
When Omega has children.
Jesus Christ.
Boba Fett slowly eats children.
Oh no! Oh. I do want to say about the toy very quickly. I thought it was interesting.
Shant toy?
No, the Clone Trooper toy.
Yes.
It's very similar to Jyn Erso's Stormtrooper toy from Rogue One.
Maybe from the same manufacturer.
Maybe.
Because at this point, little spoiler, this may or may not be my light side. We saw people cheering for the Empire and cheering for Clone Troopers.
That's true.
For ending the war and being super cool for everyone. I wouldn't be surprised if like the action figure stuff like kind of kept going at least for a few years.
Yeah.
And would have to change to Stormtroopers in some time.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I'm just so worried that they're going to change it to Stormtroopers soon, like by the end of Bad Batch.
They might.
Because in the Ahsoka book, which, I mean, they've established that they don't give a shit about before, in that book, they say, describes stormtroopers, as in, like, stormtroopers. So...
we will have to see. We will have to see.
Yeah.
I do not know. It would be weird if it's, like, super quick. It would be weird if it's months since episode 3. I would guess and hope it will be like at least a year before they switch.
Yeah.
Which we don't...
I think the Ahsoka book is set a year after, though.
Then it might make sense.
I think it's still too soon. I think it was too soon in Jedi Fallen Order.
When was the Fallen Order set, exactly?
I think 2 years later, 3 years later. I think that's too soon still. For stormtroopers, like in full... like, because that means they kept the stormtrooper armor for like 17 years.
So?
That's way longer than any other type of like armor or anything. Phase 1 got taken out after a year.
Maybe it had some other issues, I don't know.
I think it's just less interesting to have more. That's what I liked about. Remember in Force Unleashed, they had like an intermediate armor.
I did not.
They did. They had an intermediate armor between Clone Trooper and Stormtrooper.
Doesn't that only take place like a few years?
No, it was for the flashback for the Kashyyyk mission at the start of the game when you play as Darth Vader.
That's like right after Order 66.
No.
Is it not?
No. It's set a couple of years after.
Oh yeah, because you're hunting down a survivor.
In Legends, it was like the bloody 4th Battle of Kashyyyk after Revenge of the Sith. There's like so many.
They just really want those slaves, don't they?
Yeah. They're really the skyhook.
Lucky they didn't freaking assign Agent Callus to get Kashyyyk.
Ooh.
Or did they? Because he's transporting Wookiee slaves in the pilot, isn't he?
That's true.
Did he move on to Kashyyyk after the Lasat planet was? Lasati or whatever?
Probably. Maybe, yeah. He killed a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a genocidal maniac.
He is, but it's fine now. He's part of the crew.
Yeah, he's in the Paperclip Club now. It's fine.
Yeah, he really is. I would like to see more Callus, but I don't think we'll ever see him in live action.
Probably not.
Because then they have to change his...
They would have to cast Sacha Baron Cohen.
No, I was going to say, like, they can't do, like, with Bo-Katan, can they?
Yeah, they can't cast... was his name David? David Oyelowo?
Yeah, I think so. They can't... From playing Martin Luther King in Selma.
Yeah, and if you play Martin Luther King, it would be a bit weird if you also play... I think he was literally Aryan in Rebels.
Yeah, and the thing is that like you either, well, I mean, there's only one option if you do have live action Callus, and that's change the voice. But like Callus's voice is like,
it's not that iconic.
No, but it's Callus's voice.
If you said it like 10
Look,
years
the guy
after-
is a big enough actor where I think it would be kind of mean to recast his voice.
What if you put him in whiteface?
No, don't do it.
Just Cloud
white
Atlas,
chicks, but with callus.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Would it be worse than if they literally cast Sacha Baron Cohen?
I would rather not see Callus in live action if either of those are the only options. Like, genuinely.
Even if he has a buddy cop series with freaking
Zeb.
Zeb.
The only way I would accept it is if it was animated.
Did we cast anyone as Zeb?
Vin Diesel? No, I don't know.
Tough to say.
Who would play? Yeah, who would do it? I don't even know what the voice actor looks like for Zeb.
Me neither.
Hmm.
I don't know. I mean, he would probably have to be like CGI or something, so it probably would be still whatever his name is.
Yeah, that's true.
Not Mark Strong. What's his name?
Mark Strong! Oh my god.
It can't be Stanley Tucci. He's Wrecker.
He's Wrecker, we've established.
And we can't have Mark Strong as Zeb because he would look too similar to a clone. Because he looks like Stanley Tucci.
If you need someone who looks similar to a clone but is also visually different, then are you suggesting Mark Strong as Omega? Live action Omega?
No!
Are you sure? This kind of sounds like to me.
No, we need to find a woman who looks like Tamara Morrison.
Like in the art. Let's rate Star Wars characters on the pH scale. Sleaze Pagano. I reckon acid.
He's let's not do this. This is a bad tangent. We've already listed all the food and drinks in Star Wars.
Yeah.
We don't have to do this.
Okay, let's name every Star Wars character in alphabetical order. Go.
Aaron A. Aronson.
Aardvark, but with 3 A's.
Whoa!
That's my favourite Star Wars alien.
Bending Rodriguez.
Bending Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez is doing Book of Boba Fett, isn't he?
Some of it,
Yeah.
I would wager.
It's pretty interesting.
It's a great episode. Great action, anyway.
Yeah, in the
And
Boba Fett episode.
tragedy.
Yeah, I liked it.
So did I.
We both were very excited when we watched it.
Was it in both our top 3s?
Can't remember. I didn't write down my list.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Let's listen to our episode now. As you should, our listener, to get context for our freaking things.
And it's only 19 episodes ago.
That was episode 10, I believe.
Yeah, so if this is episode 30.
It would be 20 episodes ago, maybe. Let's not get into that.
I don't know.
It's episode 10. It's called Faking Mark Hamill's Face.
But did I actually just say 30 minus 19 equals 10? Did I actually just say that?
Maybe.
It's been a long week.
I do not doubt it.
Yeah.
Did you actually watch Bad Batch before you went to bed?
No, it didn't release until 8 o'clock this morning.
When did you go to bed?
1 o'clock.
Oh, that's still not great. That's 1 a.m. by the way. It's not that bad.
1 p.m.
I think I've had days like that too.
The only time I've ever had to go to sleep after being awake an entire night is after the 24-hour movie marathon.
I think I went to bed at 1 a.m. the day in my first year that I accidentally had to make myself a mustache. Because I didn't sleep all night because I was watching wrestling.
Whoa. Was it Gamorrean wrestling, like in episode... Chapter 9 on
Sadly
Mandalorian?
not. Sadly not. It was the Virgin Human Wrestling.
Oh, God.
And I also drank way too much Iron Brew, and there were other things. And I got so jittery that when I was trying to shave...
Oh, God.
When I was trying to trim my beard, I forgot to put on
Forgot the Iron Fleet.
I forgot about the Iron Fleet. So I basically shaved... a big strip into the beard, so I had to cut it down to a goatee. And when I tried to trim that into shape, I like the head of the shaver like slipped, so I shaved off like a bunch of that goatee as well.
No.
So I was like, fuck this, it's November anyway, I'm gonna try out a mustache.
Yeah.
And I looked like, and if you had or like saw any like stereotypical stepfather who's a cop, I looked like that. If you've played Life is Strange, I looked like the stepdad from Life is Strange.
I've not played.
It's not a great guy, I think.
It's not Willem Dafoe, is it?
No.
Oh, I'm
Willem
thinking
Dafoe
of,
isn't Beyond Two Souls.
That's why I get Life is Strange and Beyond Two Souls mixed up.
Fairly different kind of game.
I don't know. I don't
Beyond
know why
Two
I find their
Souls-
names similar for some
They're
reason.
not. Beyond Two Souls is like Heavy Rain. It's like
Yeah.
one of those movie games.
It's got a ghost called Aiden.
Yeah, he's an unborn twin.
Yeah.
And Life is Strange is like The Walking Dead, but probably better
With your mustache.
with your mum.
So sad. And there's going to be way more mum jokes when we get to see the Trandoshan.
Probably. When?
I reckon not next week. I reckon the week after.
I think that it's not unlikely that it will be next week.
It doesn't feel right to go straight to Big Shot Gangster putting together a crew.
I don't think they're putting together a crew. I think that they are going to like try to find information on the hunters. It has to be in the like next 2 episodes, surely.
Yeah.
Surely.
But yeah, so they're going to find out that the Kaminoans hired Fennec Shan to capture Omega.
Maybe then they'll go have a civil discussion with the Kaminoans and then they'll blow up the cloning facility.
Aggressive negotiations. Or as Wrecker said, I'd let her negotiate with me. In the deleted scene from the Bad Batch arc.
That was Wrecker.
Yeah, Wrecker said that.
Oh no.
Look, there's
There's a reason why they changed it, yes.
Yeah, a lot of people are like crying over it, but I'm glad it wasn't.
What we are talking about was pin-up art of Padme on the front of a gunship, probably.
No, that's what we were talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's still canon. That image exists in Star Wars somewhere else. So.
As we've established, the reels are mostly canon until proven otherwise.
Yeah, like with the recently reimagined
in Unreal 4.
Yeah, the
scene from Utapau.
Yeah, which I quite liked.
I don't remember watching it.
You didn't?
Was it Anakin and Obi-Wan talking about Anakin missing Ahsoka?
Yeah. And Obi-Wan was like, I know you'd never leave. You always make the right decisions. I trust you. As like, uh-oh.
I trust you as if you are my brother, Anakin.
I love you. Yeah.
Start making out.
Do you reckon there would be an I know moment in Bad Batch?
They have been using a lot of imagery and like literal scenes from other films. I feel like they might recycle that into like Omega being like, you're like my dad that I never had. And
I know.
Like, I know.
It's just I would actually not like it though.
It would, same as I didn't like Boba Fett's being simple man trying to make his way in the galaxy as his father before him.
Yeah.
That would be, you are my father. I know.
God damn it. Or it's like maybe they find Omega's true parentage, and then Omega's like, no, you are my father. So it's the full quote.
You might be my father, but you sure as hell ain't my daddy.
Whoa.
In that context, it's much worse than in Guardians 2.
Yeah, because in Guardians 2, the daddy was the good part.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, to a point.
In this case, Hunter being Omega's daddy, that doesn't count. Sound well.
Yeah. It worked. I mean, he worked with Yondu. Even though Yondu wasn't the best dad, but he actually did care about Peter.
He did.
Mate, I love Guardians of the Galaxy 2. A lot of people gave it shit because it's got a couple bad jokes, but it's so good.
Well, it has fewer bad jokes than Episode 8.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like... The only 2 jokes I don't like in Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is the Taserface. It lasted too long, and Nebula didn't it? It wasn't right. No, it's not ripe. I didn't find that funny.
I don't even remember that one, but sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I remember now, but it doesn't matter anyway.
Yeah. But what does matter is Bad Batch.
Does it? Yes.
And what else matters about it?
Is something that's on the light side.
The dark side.
And the one in the middle.
The Bendu. God damn it.
Just crack my phone screen on my forehead.
Crack a cold one on your forehead. Well,
crack open a cold one with the Batchers.
From one tangent to another, what is your light side?
Whoa! As I've...
I want, like, the sound clips of us going like, whoa! Oh, yeah.
We do that way too much. As if we're surprised. As if we haven't done literally 29 of these. I say 29. No, 28.
20?
No, 29.
31!
Did we? Because freaking Spunkstone.
Oh, no, that's true.
It's in the numbering.
Yes, so this is the 30th.
And we didn't do it for the Iceberg Sama.
Yeah, so that means we actually got to go back in time. Like, for when we say go back 20 episodes, we actually mean go back 19 episodes. Because they can only watch 19 episodes.
Theoretically.
Not theoretically, physically.
Unless our listeners right now are in the future in like year 2025.
What?
When we finally reach the Patreon stretch goal, that is remaking the Spunkstone episode.
Ah, yes. New Gunray's New Spunkstone.
New Gunray's Spunkstone.
Weekend at New Gunray's Spunkstone. I don't know why I went for Weekend at Bernie's. I don't know why that came into my head.
I don't know either.
Maybe it's because commit the walking around with a dead body and New Gunray dies. I don't know.
He doesn't in that thing.
He dies in episode 3.
But that's very much unrelated to the Gunray.
So is everything we talk about. So what is your light side?
My light side... Whoa! As I've already spoiled, I really liked that they're portraying the... Well, not that they're portraying Empire in a good light, but that they are showing that people don't immediately get that the Empire isn't immediately an obvious force of evil. People are cheering for them without being forced to. Probably they are happy about everything. They're very very happily getting their chain codes.
Yeah, like how in last episode that one guy, he said under the Republic I got nothing, but at least the Empire is giving me food on my plate and a roof over my head.
Yep. Because as far as the public goes, there is no real difference between what the Empire did and what the Rebels did.
There's no difference between the Republic and the Empire at the moment either. That Basically. Much difference. It's pretty much... other
than that the Jedi aren't there anymore.
Yeah, it's the Empire has... the Republic was sort of bad all during the Clone Wars when you really look at it.
Yeah. They weren't great people. They were siphoning so much resources into the war. Other things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically all planets became war-torn.
Yeah.
Even and especially those who wanted to remain neutral.
Oh yeah, that's true. They just got brought into the war.
Yeah, just whether they wanted to.
And because they got brought... Basically, every planet that got brought into the war would then be taken over by the Empire. So there's Palpatine's long game of having a big empire.
Yeah. Big empire full of fairly weak planets, so they can't rebel.
Yeah, and when they do, it's like Mimban.
Did Mimban rebel?
I mean, presumably.
Why?
I mean, they're rebelling against the Empire, aren't they, in Solo?
I guess they must be.
Yeah.
Well, they might still like be trying to not be invaded.
I think it was like a role reversal though, because like the Republic were trying to stop the Confederacy from invading Mimban, and then much like how with Kashyyyk and Utapau and everything, like the Empire and Mandalore, the Empire, well, Republic turned Empire was like, yo, we'll stay here. Fuck you.
Yeah.
So, like with Onderon as well.
Yeah, true. Wonder if we will be seeing it again.
What, Mimban?
Onderon.
They've gone back to
maybe
it
not.
once.
Yeah, not Onderon, but possibly Saw Gerrera.
Yeah, might
Maybe on
see him again. On Duxon!
Yes.
What if?
Will see Gerrera. That's his. Will see Pax. Like Gerrera, like it's kind of like War and Pax. Will see Pax.
Whoa, that's no, but I agree, and also with like because it's on Pantora. You may remember we discussed this a few months ago.
A few times, probably.
No, but in Star Wars Squadrons, there's the now a recent option to play a Pantoran if you're.
That wasn't months ago. That was like last week.
No, this
like
was
2
months ago.
weeks
This was new months ago when the B-wing was introduced in Star Wars Squadrons.
Well, but we brought it up recently.
Maybe, but not last week. But yeah, Pantorans are a playable race. Well, the only non-human playable race for Empire, and it's because they're a bit more supportive of that kind of imperialistic thing.
Yeah, if you remember Blues Brothers,
yeah,
the episode, not the movie.
When do we ever mean the movie?
In probably the first 2 episodes when we talk about it, and Carrie Fisher. If you remember Chairman Cho?
Yeah, Chicho.
Yeah, Chairman Chicho, not Senator Chuchi.
Very different characters.
Very different characters.
You're a space
Completely
racist
unrelated.
if you get them wrong.
Yes. And as far as I know, also George Lucas's character,
Papanoida.
Baron Papanoida. Most of them are just kind of not very whoopee credit.
It seems like Papanoida was.
I don't believe he was.
I mean, he does seem a bit nepotistic.
Because he appointed his daughter as a senator.
Yes. When he was the chairman.
Yeah.
And also, I'm pretty sure his son is in charge of the military. Yeah. I think it's also a reference to how George Lucas put his children in Star Wars.
I mean, it's not like he made Jet Lucas Anakin.
Yeah, that's true. But or
did
is Jet Lucas the chosen one? No.
I don't think so.
He
got
dies.
shot and killed.
Yeah, well, that really shows how much George Lucas likes Jet Lucas. He filmed him getting shot.
Whereas he made his daughter a senator.
To be fair though, what would you rather be? Would you rather be a senator or a Jedi that goes out guns a-blazing?
Oh, definitely the latter.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And he named Dexter Jetster after him.
Who wouldn't want that feathered, mustached man?
It's still the most baffling thing about the Dexter Jetster to me is that like his name is Dexter Jetster, but the part that's from George Lucas' son is not Dexter.
It's Jet.
It's Jet.
Yeah.
Did he call him Jet Lucas because he's like so into like planes and stuff?
Wow. Oh, that's true. He made Red Tails, didn't
He did make Red Tails.
Never know. Maybe.
What's his daughter's name? Is it like Star?
Zora Sorry Bliss. Sora Staros. Sora Star Wars.
Han.
Okay,
this is a bad segment. And speaking of... No, what was your
It's my light side!
Shit!
My light side is that I like seeing the bustling streets. Because, like, we barely see that kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because, I mean, last time we were in a city, not, I mean, in the Bad Batch, but I mean in, like, Clone Wars. We see, like, cities on Coruscant, but it seems a bit dead, doesn't it? It never seems right.
And usually in like those things, we usually go to like desolate planets, war zones.
Yeah.
Maybe even I don't think that even Ahsoka's Walkabout, which took place mostly on Coruscant.
No, only the first
much...
episode in Coruscant.
Really?
Yeah. The other 3 episodes happen on Kessel and Obadiah.
Huh. Oh well.
The last 2 episodes are entirely about running around Obadiah.
Same.
Which I am 90. Okay, I am sure of this. So Obadiah is the planet, and Obadiah is a name, isn't it? And I think Obadiah is where Obi comes from Obi-Wan.
It's possible.
Like in real life inspiration.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Obadiah, the planet, is named after Obadiah, the name, which Obi came from.
Unless his name came from Obi.
Yeah, unless he's a droid.
Oh no, there was Obi-Wan and Obi-2, right?
Yeah, Obi-Wan and Obi-2. Or no, it was Obi-Zero. Obi-Prime. Sorry, was it Obi-Prime who fought in the Clone Wars. Obi-Wan is the
first clone of Obi-Wan.
Which is... what?
Oh, sorry, the first clone of Obi.
Yeah, which was in A New Hope. Classic fan theories, aren't they beautiful?
I really need to re-listen to our iceberg.
Yeah, we had a lot. We went through a lot.
Yeah, we really did.
Yeah.
It's almost 4 hours long after all.
4 hours!
Calm down, Joe, Mama.
Wow. But yeah, I like the streets of Pantora, and it didn't even seem like it was actually a main city, because when they had the exterior shots, it seemed like, or the establishing shots, it just seemed like it was a smaller city. It's like the equivalent of going to, like, I don't know, name a small city near you. It's like going there, rather than the capital city near you.
You are very inclusive.
Yeah,
you can dub it over if you like.
Dub it over. Replace it with any place.
Yeah. Or if you want us to tailor this for you for the low price of $20.
Oh, you could pay us $1 for every final order casualty in the Battle of Exegol, and we'll do whatever you want.
Not whatever you want, but, within reason.
Within the bounds of this podcast.
And law.
With a low price of $30 million. I would rather £30 million. That's actually more money.
Yeah. Or if you want to give us less money, if you send us like $5, we will dub over that bit just then with your closest capital and small city.
Whoa.
That's worth it. That's fair. That was a Rick and Morty reference.
Now that's bad. But speaking of...
Whoa!
What is your dark side?
My dark side this episode? Maybe, contrary to what I've been saying this whole time, because, I don't know.
I got a feeling this is going to fit with everything you've been saying.
Yeah, it actually is going to fit. I don't know why I said to the contrary.
Maybe you're a bit of a contrarian.
Ooh, maybe. What is this, a contrary opinion? Yes, the little green opinion.
My little green opinion.
I just think that there should be fewer emissions in the atmosphere. It's my little green opinion. My dark side was, unsurprisingly, that we've had a little bit too many episodes that were more character-based and action-based than plot-based, with the Bad Batch specifically, because we had a fair amount of plot and world development in the Crosshair sections of the previous episode.
Yeah.
But the Bad Batch hasn't really made much progress since they left Camino last time.
It is still only episode... Why don't I put 3 up? Episode 4.
It is, but don't forget, yes, Mandalorian had half as many episodes, if not fewer, but how many things happened by episode 4?
Not that much.
That is fair.
So, I don't mean to say, but...
I mean, episodes 1 and 3
Episode 4 was the Sanctuary.
Yeah. But if you like transport that to like season 2,
but
still not.
I'm gonna say, so episode 1 of Bad Batch was the first 3 episodes of the first season of Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was. Sanctuary has more in common with Captain Ram.
My point still being, it's a little slow.
I think it's a slow-paced show, man. I think you gotta get over it. It sounds like a you problem.
Whoa!
Look, all I'm saying is that the Empire has brought peace and prosperity to this TV show.
They have brought peace, prosperity to this TV show.
Peace, freedom, and justice.
And prosperity. I miss Hayden Christensen. Unironically.
He's gonna be in Kenobi.
Sorry,
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
He's gonna be in the Kenobi show.
Yeah, the Obi-Wan Kenobi show.
He's going to be in the sitcom, the Kenobi show. Like the Dick Van Dyke show.
God damn it. The Obi Van Dyke. Obadiah Dyke.
That sounds horrible.
Oh god.
Obadiah.
Obad Droidica.
Yes, the Droid Van Decker. That sounds like
Droid Van Decker.
That sounds more like Lor Santeca.
Yeah. We've already had what was it? Lor Santeco the Gecko.
We didn't end up naming the episode Lor Santeco Gecko.
No. The Gecko.
The Gecko, sorry.
No.
Why don't we have a Lor Santeca show?
What do you mean? Because the guy's dead.
Well, yeah, but he was like 80. Just imagine him like 20, 30 years old, being literally Indiana Jones, but in Star Wars.
Maybe that's what the Indiana Jones bit in Star Wars is going to be.
What Indiana Jones bit?
The one that turned out to not be that movie or TV show.
Well, the one that... What, you mean the one directed by the Russian doll, or whatever it's called?
Yeah, the one that everyone reported as the rom-com director.
Even though that's...
I don't know why they did that.
She's a woman, therefore rom-com.
Oh, God damn it.
She's a woman, therefore it must be the Dr. Aphra story.
Ah!
And it takes place in a different timeline.
Yeah, so that definitely means the original trilogy.
No, the quote was, it takes place in a different place in the Star Wars timeline.
Oh, yeah, that was
So people were like, different dimension?
Yeah, I was like, oh my god.
Thank you, CBR, or whoever wrote that.
What does CBR stand for?
Comic Book Resources.
Whoa.
Or something like that.
Confederacy of...
Barack Obama? Barack Robama.
Well, CBR, that's what I'm a member of. The CBR, the Confederacy of Barack Obama. Barack Roomba.
My parents are going to be getting a Roomba.
I thought you said your parents are going to get Barack Obama. Ask them to name it Barack Rumbara. Please.
Rumbara?
Yes.
He's from Umbara now?
That's where Barack Obama didn't want to give his birth certificate. His birth certificate.
Because he's Umbaran.
Because Barack Obama is an Umbaran. Barack Rumbara and
We're getting way too deep into these conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
And B, we've been going on for 3 hours.
Oh god. Quickly.
What's you're finished with your dark side, aren't you?
Yeah,
No,
my dark side is I'm not a big fan of Fennec Shand's ship. I might like it more later episodes, but I just think it's a bit too much. It's a bit too much going on.
Yeah,
it's a bit it's just a bit of a blocky blob thing.
It's kind of a problem that many people say, or like an issue that people have, like many, like modern, for example, Final Fantasy monsters, because back in the day, when they were like on the Super Nintendo, they kind of had to keep the designs simple. Same with like Pokemon.
Mm.
And as they went on and like the hardware got better, they got like more and more elaborate to the point that you can't really remember what anything looks like because it's like full of jagged edges and 50,000 tentacles.
Yeah, and in my opinion, that goes against principal Star Wars design. Because principal Star Wars design needs to be recognizable from a silhouette.
Yeah.
That is like the thing, often ignored in sometimes the sequel trilogy for some of the ships, and sometimes taken too much in just using original trilogy ships
and scaling them up.
Or changing their colour and saying it's new. The First Order TIE Fighter is not a new TIE Fighter, it's exactly the same.
Same with the X-Wings, even though you might say that they
Slightly
are different.
X-Wing.
Yeah, you did say that they have a different silhouette because you can see that the one on the logo for Rogue Squadron looks like a Resistance X-Wing.
Yeah, because the original trilogy X-Wing has like the turbines. There's 4 turbines, whereas the Resistance X-Wing has a big 2 turbines that's split in half. So that means half a turbine is on each S-foil.
Interesting. I
And
guess that at this point I was remembering the Resistance one as the default.
And remember, the bloody New Republic X-Wing that we see at the start of Resistance, their S-foils, their X-Wing of the X-Wing, is actually, they're not angled in a way where they intersect.
What?
The X isn't the X is not angled in a way that actually intersects in a straight line. If you draw a straight line of all of the X-Wing S-foils on the New Republic X-Wing, they don't actually all meet in the middle.
The Bendu.
The Bendu.
Speaking of,
whoa!
what was your one in the middle?
My one in the middle
The
is
Bendu.
actually something really mundane. I like how the constant... Why are there so many huge empty sewers in Star Wars? Why are they there? It's like, bruh, they're not sewers. They're maintenance shafts!
Yeah!
That's why they're everywhere. That's why they're under all the cities.
That's why they're under Lothal. That's why they're under Mandalore.
That's why
they all look the same.
That's why they're big enough for people to walk in.
That's why there's no shit in them.
Yeah, because they're for people to walk in.
Yeah.
They're maintenance shafts. It makes total sense.
Yeah. And we don't know how freaking refreshers work.
Yeah.
Maybe they just freaking vaporize
Maybe it turns it immediately into drinking water. Maybe. Refresher, you piss into it, fills up your mug.
Comes like this wine.
Comes
Fucking Red Dwarf.
I don't remember that.
They had recycled wine. It was apparently quite terrible.
Yeah, so I quite liked the maintenance shafts, the maintenance tunnels type things. It was interesting to me.
You heard it here first, folks. Freddy is a big fan of shafts.
Yeah, Shaft. Isn't he a person?
Yeah, played by Sam Jackson.
Oh yeah, in
Shaft.
Yeah, and there isn't like a third one.
Where he's like the son of Shaft or something.
Yeah, all I remember is the last Weekly Planet podcast I listened to, and it was when they were talking about the news that movie was going to be made.
I think I remember that because I listened to it while delivering post.
I remember you also saying that. I also remember how this was in first year.
That must have been... Either I listened to that late, or it was the summer after.
You listened to it the summer after.
Okay.
I believe, because
must have been.
Yeah, because I think it was the end of our first year.
Around the time that I was listening to Thrawn Alliances, or Thrawn Treason, or both.
Whoa. Or both, one could say. One could say you could merge them and get to somewhere...
In the middle.
In between, yeah, in the middle. The Bendu.
The Bendu.
Oh, I could have said, Thrawn, the person who he shot. The Bendu. Because Thrawn shot the Bendu.
But not to the death.
No.
No, he was shot down by his forces, but Thrawn didn't actually shoot him with the pistol.
Yeah, he disappeared, didn't he?
Before getting shot, probably.
He fired the pistol, and he disappeared. And it was like, what the fuck?
Well, but that would happen like in between frames.
Yeah.
You see Thrawn shooting at him, but then you cut back to
and
he's not there.
Yeah,
He's
I know.
disappeared.
What I mean is, like, he fired the pistol, and before it hit him, he disappeared.
That's not what I gathered, but
What?
I agree.
I'm so confused. It's like what you're saying.
I thought you meant that he shot Bendu.
No,
he
no,
got
no.
injured and then disappeared.
No, he disappeared before he got hit.
Cool.
But yeah, what is your one in the middle? The Bendu.
My one in the middle, the Bendu.
The Bendu.
The Bendu.
The Bendu.
What are we doing?
We're making a Star Wars podcast.
Hey! My one in the middle. I don't know, man. I'm going to say that I like the maintenance towers. What are they for?
My god, you're freaking stealing mine!
What are they for? I don't know.
Maintenance.
But what do you maintain up there? They didn't have big spires on it
It
or anything?
reminded me of the Rebel one. The one from Rebels.
It reminded me of the one from the end of Rebels Season 1.
There's a lot of them in Rebels.
I think it was like the one where Kanan was supposed to be locked up in or something.
The one is at the end of Season 1 is the one that blows up.
Yeah, I think so. But they like go up to it and like a TIE fighter swoops down, similar to that scene from the trailer to Rogue One, but not the movie.
Whoa. Yeah, because it wasn't in the movie.
And
Because it didn't make sense. Why wouldn't the TIE fighter just fire?
maybe someone was in it.
In what?
In the TIE fighter.
No, why wouldn't the TIE fighter fire at Jim?
Because maybe like Bodhi Rook was in it or someone.
What?
I don't know, he's a
I
pilot.
think Bodhi Rook was dead by that point.
Well, maybe not in the original version of that movie.
Maybe.
Maybe some of them survived.
Whoa.
Maybe there was
That would have been
maybe
bad.
there would have been a Rogue 2.
Whoa!
I need to re-listen to all of our episodes to find out when we talked about Rogue 2.
We talked about Rogue 2 quite a lot.
But in a
Look, and now we
quite
can't...
in depth once.
We can't
I don't know
have our in-depth Rogue 2 episode now because Blue Banther Milk Co. is going to do a whole Rogue 2, generated script.
We can do it if we do it before them.
Then they're copying us.
Well, no, but we had that idea before we knew about the
I will
Blue Bantha
admit
verse.
that we are not the first we're definitely not the first people to make the joke of Rogue 2.
100% not.
No. We are probably the first people to make the joke about the
Django Bango Jingle Jangles.
no, well, yes, but also the one with all the B3 movie.
Yes,
I know that.
B movie, but the E is a 3.
Yeah.
B4 movie.
I've noticed the Now This Is Star Wars podcast thing tweeted out every of its members' first episode covering Bad Batch. He did not tweet ours.
What? Tweet at them.
I feel like it's because it was called B's movie.
No, please tweet at them. Maybe they will add us.
Maybe. I got a feeling it was automated, so
But we're in there.
yeah. I don't know. It's
Tweet
kind of
at them. What do you got?
I don't think it was everyone actually.
Well,
It
let's
can't
check
have
it
been
out
no one.
anyway.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Let's chicken it out.
Check it out.
Chicken.
Let's chicken little.
Boba Fett slowly eats Chicken Little.
Boba Fett watches Chicken Run.
Whoa! It's starring the guy. What's his name? The Australian.
Dengar? What?
Mad Max.
Which one? Old one or new one?
Old one.
Mel Gibson?
Mel Gibson was the American chicken in Chicken Run.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I know.
When I heard of Mel Gibson, I thought he would be like the old army sergeant.
Oh, he was the American chicken. I'm 98% sure.
I need to look this up.
I'm pretty sure it's Mel Gibson. If I'm wrong, then I've lived with this fact for 10 years and it's been wrong. I'm pretty sure it's right.
He's not even American, is he?
No, he's Australian.
Why would he play? It has 97% on Rotten Tomatoes.
It's a good movie.
It is. Oh yeah, he was.
Oh yeah, I'm right.
Jesus. Benjamin.
He directed a film with Jesus, didn't he?
Yeah, Passion of the Christ.
Yeah, apparently. It's got that weird bit when Jesus dies and then the devil is just like, woo! And he looks like Voldemort.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that actual devil was that movie.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Are you being for real?
I'm pretty sure. I remember seeing the clip in PB.
Apparently there's a devil baby?
In what?
In Passion of the Christ.
What? A devil baby? I'm imagining, like, what the fuck?
That's the devil, that's Satan apparently.
Okay, fine. That is a strange thing. That's a leaked image from Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 2 at King's Cross Station under the bench.
Why did Obama come up?
What? Barack Obama? Barack Rumbara?
Yes.
Because I don't remember. I actually can't remember. What are you searching?
Apparently there was like a TV show or something called The Bible, and apparently the devil, apparently some very evil right-wing people thought that the devil in it looked like Barack Obama, even though they clearly don't look anything alike.
We don't look anything alike.
They don't.
Sounds like people are racist.
Indeed. When did this even happen? 2013. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Literally.
Whoa!
And on that note,
I think it is time to you can cut this bit out. And now it's time to consensually become Force Ghosts and end ourselves on the podcast. Do you want me to redo that bit?
I mean, I'm gonna have to leave that first
Okay,
in anyway.
I'll keep an option. And now it's time for us to end ourselves and the podcast.
That's not better. That's just the same.
Well, I didn't say consensual Force Ghosts.
Again, I will probably have to leave that whole first bit in.
So, okay, do you want to... And now it is time...
To end ourselves.
Good.
Well, we can't end here because we need to do the shilling. Message us on Air-Deraan at gmail.com. All one word.
Or tweet us at on Air-Deraan, all one word, on Twitter.
Yes.
And check out our YouTube. You might be watching on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
If you're not, go on YouTube, search on space Air-Deraan.
Because on YouTube is where we have the amazingly batshit insane thumbnails that Freddy puts together.
Whoa.
At the cost of his sanity.
And my soul.
Indeed.
Just kidding, I'm Ginger!
Doxing yourself.
Oh God. I'm actually a chiss.
Ginger.
Whoa! I'm a chinchilla.
Ooh.
Chiss-chilla.
Right.
Or, if you prefer to listen to it, and you might be listening to it right now, it's on Podbean, Spotify, Podcastable.
We're on Castbox.
That's
I'm pretty sure.
That's it.
What was it?
Pocket Cast.
Pocket Cast. A few other things probably.
A few good men.
We go to war. Not on iTunes, sadly, because we don't have apples.
Yeah. An apple a day keeps Dr. Afra away.
But keeps the doctor.
Evazan.
One apple a day keeps Dr. Evazan all up in your grill. Because he's everywhere. Just like Nuvo Vindi.
Yeah, as he should be.
We can probably count exactly how many frames he's in.
Every frame is a Nuvo Vindi.
Everything's Vindi.
Everything's a Vindi. Everything's a Vindi.
Did you know this mug is a Vindi? Yeah.
You may fire when ready.
We should just switch to a Red Dwarf podcast.
Yeah.
That would be much less confusing.
Red Dwarf lore deep dive. Try and reconcile the lore of Red Dwarf.
My head hurts already.
There's only two sentient species in the Red Dwarf universe. Humans and cat people. Everyone else is a genetically engineered life form, or a GILF.
forgot that was a thing.
Yeah.
Is that real?
Yeah, because after season 2, they realised we've kind of limited ourselves to the amount of encounters we can have, because the only thing they can encounter is robots or like natural phenomenon. We kind of need aliens, but like there's no aliens. So what do? I know. Genetically engineered life forms. And then you could have like the shape-shifting one, like turned into Lister's pants.
Are you completely passing over the fact that they're called GILFs?
GILFs?
That's what you said.
I said genetically engineered.
But you said it GILF.
It's GILF. I'm so confused.
This whole time I thought they were actually called GILF.
No, what's a GILF?
It's like MILF, but a generation older.
Generation I'd like to...
No, it's like grandpa or grandma.
Whoa.
Like Obi-Wan.
What? Alec Guinness Obi-Wan?
Alec Guinness has GILF vibes.
No.
Not me specifically, but someone probably. Freaking Satine cries.
Satine's not a grandma.
Well, no, but she would consider Alec Guinness a GILF.
She was dead by the time Obi-Wan was Alec Guinness.
Force Ghost, civilians.
F-GILF. Force Ghost, I'd like to fuck.
Oh, I thought you meant like former.
No, former grandpa. That's just bloody necrophilia. Is it necrophilia if it's a forced ghost?
Forced ghost. That's what you said. It makes it so much worse.
They were forced to become a ghost.
That is true. They were all killed, other than Yoda.
Yeah, but Yoda was just old.
So he's the only not forced ghost.
Yeah.
The only consensual ghost. This is all getting cut out. From the moment we start talking about the Red Dwarf, this is all gone.
That's so sad. We're never going to hear about how Yoda's the only consensual ghost. But...
Actually, Luke was mostly consensual ghost.
Apparently. Oh, yeah, that was a thing now. That, like, he chose to become a Force ghost. Even though, I'm pretty sure in the movie, it looks like he died from overexerting using the Force.
Yeah, but, like, peacefully, not...
Yeah, I didn't think, like, I think he knew he was going to die. But now a load of people on, like, Twitter say, oh, you're a f***ing idiot if you think that Luke forced himself... Like, he used the Force too much and he died. Luke actually chose to live? All of you Last Jedi haters, or people that misunderstand Last Jedi, I'm like, bruh, I'm just going by what's in the movie. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, like, those people have zero evidence.
It doesn't look like he... Like, it looks like... Like, he goes, ooh, after he does the big Force. Right? He doesn't make the sound.
It seems to me, like, I can see some merit in that. Kind of like... He overexerted himself, so thought that maybe he fulfilled his purpose and was like, you know what, I'm not going to try to survive because I might not anyway. So.
He's not going to fight it. I took it as though, like, you can...
He lost his will to live.
Well, you can peacefully resign your life without it being... Look, okay, just because Luke peacefully resigned his life didn't mean he killed himself. Like, he didn't choose to... Kermit suicide. He used the Force so much so that he was going to die, and you were just like, peace out, homies, and died.
Yeah, like freaking everyone on their deathbed was like, I'm okay with dying.
Yeah, you don't hear people going, yeah, I'm okay with dying. They pick up a Glock and put it to their head. You might see that kind of thing.
But you shouldn't, because that would be freaking scarring for life.
Yeah, it's like, it's not the same. And that's why I think from the movie, it looks like while Luke's actions caused his death, he didn't do the actions. He didn't do the action that made him die. The action he did was Force projection, which then led to his death.
Yeah. Even if he did it with the knowledge of him dying, he didn't do it so that he would die.
Yeah, he did it so he would do the Force projection. I thought that was obvious.
Yeah.
I like that part of The Last Jedi. I know a lot of people don't.
I didn't like it when I first saw it, but I think I like it more in retrospect.
I probably didn't like it.
And when I watch this movie again, which I don't fucking know when that will be, I will probably like it.
Yeah, I know a lot of people say, like, oh my god, Luke's a terrible character, like, he turns and tries to kill his nephew, what a terrible character. Like, that's not my hashtag, not my Luke Skywalker. And then I'm just like, bruh, did you watch the second half of the film when he was like, yeah, I was wrong. That's the wrong thing to do. And then he becomes the Luke Skywalker that like, he literally says at the start of the film, like, what do you expect me to do? Face off the First Order with a laser sword? And that's literally what he does at the end of the film, showing that perspective, like, I don't know, I just...
Yeah. On one hand, I get that at that point that was all the Luke post-Episode 6 that we had, save for that one comic, Empire Shattered.
Oh no, we did have a book, didn't we?
Oh yeah, freaking Aftermath. But that's
there was another book.
There was?
Yeah, it was a Luke book. Apparently it was bad.
Heir to the Jedi?
Heir to the Jedi,
I would have sworn that took place after Episode 4.
I thought it was after Episode 6.
Pretty sure it wasn't.
I thought part of it took place on Endor. Maybe I'm thinking of the stuff Shattered Empire.
Maybe. And we also had Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
But
which is a good depiction of Luke, in my opinion.
I do not remember it too well.
He was a pretty cool guy. Because he was like... He told Del Meeko... Such a silly name for an Imperial commando. But whatever. He was like saying that, Del Meeko's got like the freedom to choose what side he wants to be on.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's not gonna. It didn't seem like Luke was blaming him for being an Imperial, but he's saying that he has the choice now, like what side he wants to be on.
It's a shame that the vast majority of the setup in those things didn't really amount to much.
Yeah.
Other than Operation Cinder, of all things.
No, Operation Cinder happens in Battlefront 2.
It was set up in Shattered Empire.
Yeah. I know, right?
But
yeah.
Operation Cinder, for some reason, is like the only thing that kind of amounted to at least something. And even then, it wasn't that important in the grand scheme of things.
Apart from now, it's actually turning into a moral thing.
Well,
Alphabet Squadron and Mandalorian Season 2 are actually giving it a purpose in the canon rather than it just being an event.
Oh, did they do it in Alphabet Squadron as well?
Yeah, because there is a whole point of contention of like, okay, yeah, you're an Imperial defect, but at what point did you defect from the Empire? Did you defect from the Empire when it committed genocide on Alderaan? Did you defect from the Empire after the second Death Star blew up and the Emperor died? And like... Or did you defect from the Empire, in spite of all of those things, you stayed with the Empire and then defected when you were forced to genocide other Imperials? As like, if you defected, and that third point is like, bruh, you were fine with genocide, you were fine after like the Emperor died and whatever, and you kept going by. It's like, your motivation, your ideology is in question. Like at that point.
And then you have the guys like from the last episode of Mando, who's just like, yeah, no, you, you're still the terrorists.
Yeah.
Played by one of the villains from the last seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
As you mentioned, almost 20 episodes ago.
Didn't expect you to remember.
I do.
I think it was like exactly 20 episodes ago at this point.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Isn't this episode 30?
It might be.
Holy Christ.
Yeah.
That means it was...
It was in episode 9, I believe.
Yes, that means it was actually...
More than 20 episodes.
Yes. No, it was 20 episodes ago. If it's episode 9, we did our first episode was predictions. Yeah. So that means it was episode 10.
No.
If what?
Episode 9 would have been the last episode of Mando.
Oh, I thought you meant episode 9 of Mandalorian.
That doesn't exist.
I invented 2 extra episodes, guys. DM me for details. No.
Whoa! I mean, if you want to include your version of the Jedi.
Whoa.
In some respects, the superior one.
Only exists in screenshot format right now, I think. Although we could do a Mandalorian continuation AI dungeon. You never know.
We can do a dramatic reading and put it on our YouTube.
Whoa! You can flex your editing skills.
I could.
Oof.
I could just make it into like a slideshow storybook thing.
Whoa.
Okay, that's my project over summer. I'm doing this.
Dab, 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 dab.
If you send me those screenshots, I will adapt it into a script. I will get some people to help out with voices.
Oh my god.
We're making a full-fledged production, baby. I'm gonna start a Kickstarter right now. 10,000 euros or bust.
Whoa. Euros. I forget. Does Czech Republic... Yeah, they use different...
We use crowns. I don't know why I said euros.
Yeah. It's like, Euro... What is it?
I'm Euro trash, okay?
What's the Watto's line?
No, they won't.
No, like... European credits don't work. I can't remember his exact quote. Who the f*** cares?
Nobody.
But
I want to point out that this was like a 10-minute tangent.
Yeah.
We're 20 minutes into the episode. And the way we got on this tangent
were
consensual ghosts, which I don't think I want to keep in the episode.
It's up to you. Maybe go on to the General Kenobi channel on the Discord and ask... How is this appropriate?
Are consensual ghosts appropriate?
But technically, it is the most appropriate kind of ghost. I mean, technically speaking.
I guess.
So...
what I might do is tag this on the end of the episode. Like I did with our freaking Lionsgate tangent.
We're going through every Lionsgate film we've seen. God damn, that was the stupidest thing.
No, it wasn't. That's the problem.
Okay.
Okay.